Sean, I've had multiple complaints from listeners that you speak so quietly.
Multiple?
Look, we released the Patreon this week because we need to fund the hosting fees for this, right? That's patreon.com/luckyandwild. And I sent it to the Shut up. I sent it to the Discord server, and obviously our tagline was gaming nonsense from two idiots with microphones.
Yeah.
Dr. Mumson in the Discord, he went and altered it and changed it to one idiot with a microphone, because you might as well not have one.
Well,
it sounds like you're miles away. Will you speak up for this episode, for the love of Christ?
That's funny. That's clever.
Yeah, it's fun. But it would be really nice if I didn't have to go back and manually turn you up every time you fucking speak in the podcast.
Right,
would
I
that
turn
be all right?
myself up. I bring the noise, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bring the hype.
You said you were quiet. You were slightly louder for about 1 second of that. All right.
I'm sorry. Dr. Mumson.
Just fucking speak up. Just do a better job.
Sorry.
That's what I'm fucking saying.
I'm doing a sick job, man.
You were not. Anyway, let's go.
Anyway, it's your job to manage. You're the manager, isn't
Yeah,
it?
and I'm trying to manage how quietly you fucking speak. Shut up.
Good management.
Thank you. Hello and welcome to Lucky and Wild, a podcast about video games, old and new, discussed, dissected and occasionally understood. I'm Harrison Hunt, and with me, it's the mouse man, it's Sean Hunt.
Go on in. I don't like the mouse man, though. Go on in.
Thank you. Right, and today we got a good fucking show, because we're going to be doing what you saying, send me your news, what's your game, getting lucky, going wild, and then finally follow up with some mail in the maelstrom. Does it sound fun?
I am quite happy with that, thank you.
All right, well, let's do what you're saying.
What are you saying?
So, feedback from last week.
Last month, you mean?
Whatever. Dr. Mumson, he comes. Don't correct me, man.
No,
don't fucking correct me.
Making sure.
I have to spend so long correcting how quietly you fucking speak and cutting out all the racist things you say, and then you cut.
I was just making sure.
Making sure, because did we do one last week? I don't remember.
Just to let everyone know that I've not ever said any racist things on the podcast.
He has, and I've got evidence. And if Sean annoys me, I will release them. Dr. Mumson, shut up!
That's too hard.
Shut up!
That's quite a tall order. See, it's already happened already.
Right, they're getting released. Dr. Mumson, he says your obsession with fighting games is a problem. Now, I did want to...
Who are you? You're the problem, mate. No.
What is wrong with you today?
No, I do like him. I like him. He's a good guy.
I bet he needs to shut the fuck up once...
Look, but
shut up.
Hear me out. All right, Harrison, you tee me up.
Well, what I wanted to... I'm not teeing anything up. What I wanted to say was the podcast has been fighting game heavy just because that's our focus at the moment, right? We are going to speak about other stuff fairly regularly, and also, considering things that have happened recently, today might be the last time we ever speak about Fatal Fury. So you'll be pleased to know that. And we got some other games for you today anyway.
I don't know about
It's not a fighting game focused podcast, but we are going to be playing them more often than not. But also, like, it's my focus at the moment, but it's not usually my main focus in gaming.
I think people enjoy it anyway, but...
Yeah, well, there are some new listeners that are in from the old fighting game communities on Facebook and Reddit and things like this, so that's good.
So we will, we will continue, just because, we talk about all games, but also... like
just at the moment, it's quite a big focus because we're obviously going to be competing in Fatal Fury...
Also,
in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Also, I just sort of like, this is like an extra hobby for me. I love gaming.
Sean mainly plays fighting games.
I love gaming, but also like I do like fighting games.
What's the last game you completed?
What's the last game I completed?
Because Sean mainly plays Street Fighter 6, so he's always playing that or Geometry Dash. What's the last other game that you completed that wasn't a fighting game or a Geometry Dash level?
Like a Dragon.
Fucking hell, that was ages ago.
Yeah, that was in 2021. I completed that.
So 4 years since you finished a game.
Yeah, but I mean,
why are we even doing this?
No, wait. Actually, no. I am. Yeah.
You played Metaphor, but you only got about 20 hours in.
I did, yeah. PS2, yeah.
So don't hold your don't.
But
hold
I do
out.
like. I mean, you know.
I was sort of mid sentence there, but Mumson, don't hold out any hope. I will be talking about other games. Sean will be mainly starting games. He'll be starting games and never finishing them.
I'll talk about games, man, because I got court.
I got games.
I got court.
You think I don't like games?
No, I do enjoy other games, but it's like mostly when Harris and I jump online and stuff like that. Yeah,
we do. We have every Tuesday night. We play games together, and we do play quite a varied amount of stuff. But recently, it's just been Fatal Fury, and it's just been you getting fucking destroyed by me left, right, and centre.
I don't know about that. I mean,
well, we'll get to that. There's a weird situation.
But also with games and completion, I do enjoy like a skill-based game. So that's my sort of thing. I do those like Rift of the Necro Dancer. I'm enjoying at the moment. I'm digging that. And
why are you saying any of this? He hasn't asked.
I'm just saying. You're trying
to boost your cred and say, no, look, mate, I do play games. I do that aren't Street Fighter, but you don't.
Yeah, I don't.
Like a Dragon. That was ages ago. That was on PS4. When was the last time you turned your PS4 on?
Probably.
What year is it?
Probably. I mean, you know, like they say about the last time you turn your console on, it probably was actually the last time I played
like a Dragon. Yeah. All right. Next one is from Ace. We did Gay of the Month last week, and Sean jokingly mentioned Ash from Streets of Rage 3. Now, we mentioned that
is there some backlash from that?
No, not really. All it is that Ace is a gay himself, but the thing is that nice. We mentioned that he
not nice. It's straight month now, isn't it?
That's right. Gay month is over, mate. We're picking straight of the month this week. S. Marcus Phoenix. He was talking about the fact that we mentioned that he got banned from the European release of the game for being too offensive. But what Ace points out here, he says the fact is that he was removed because he was gay and not because they think it would be offensive to gays. It was literally just Japan going, right, let's take the gay out of the game. But I honestly think it's a bit of both, because it was a depiction of gay people in Japan whereby they can sort of get away with it. It was like not okay to joke about, but they had a lot of weird depictions in games, and it was sort of okay over there. Whereas I think they removed it because he was gay, but also because they thought we might get offended by it, because we've been okay with the gays for a bit longer than Japan has. You know what I mean?
Also, see Vendetta, the Japanese release, Crime Fighters 2. There's a whole bit where you're walking down like a gay red light district, and there's like a bunch of these guys running up to you.
Did they remove that though from the European one? But that's not.
They did. Well,
there you go. I mean, but that's my point, is that we've sort of been okay with them for a bit longer, and maybe would not be okay with the depictions. You know what I mean? Because we've been more accepting for a bit longer than Japan has. No offense to any Japanese listeners.
It was also sort of not a really very complete character. I mean, you could tell it was just meant to be one quick sub-boss. But in the Japanese version, Ash was a playable character, and he had 2 moves. So.
Yeah, but it was not supposed to be a main character. It was just sort of a joke bonus character, in the same way that Kangaroo character was. Anyway, that's it. I think Ace is sort of you're half right there, mate. But it was because he was gay, but it was also, I think, the depiction must have been a factor, right? Because the fact that when he dies, he has a woman's scream sound effect, and that he's wearing leather chaps and all of this stuff. It's like,
and he's pole dancing when you meet him for the second time as well.
Yeah, exactly. Now, that is it for feedback. Those were the 2 feedbacks. I've got one thing I just wanted to mention. I mentioned it right at the beginning there, but we have started a Patreon, the link to which will be in the description, and I'll just go over this quickly before we go into the main meat of the show. We've got different tiers on there. It's patreon.com/luckyandwild, and tiers on there, we've got everything up to £10,000. Just only subscribe to that one, but it's sort of a joke tier really. But the £20 one, if you do subscribe to that, you can suggest games for us to play, and we have to play them. We have to play them, and we have to talk about it. So it is a way monetarily, if you want to pitch in so that we can pay for the hosting fees, and you want to torture us and make this show either worse or better, depending on what your outlook is. But we've got £1 ones, £5, £10, all that come with different benefits. We're going to have bonuses, bonus episodes, cut content, things like this. That's all going to be going on the Patreon. So patreon.com/luckyandwild. Anyway, let's go back onto the show. Send me your news.
Show us your news.
Right, so this is the news. There was a recent Nintendo Direct that happened. I've had a little comb through all of the stuff that was announced. First one being Monster Hunter Stories 3. Now, this is
okay, nice. The first two were quite like really good games.
Yeah, I mean, I recently played the first one, and it is a very, very decent game with more of a... I don't want to downplay it, but chibi Pokemon-ish style story and look. You know what I mean? It's not like Monster Hunter usually looks. It's a much cuter, nicer version.
It's your Dragon Quest treasures, you know.
Well, no, it's nothing like that whatsoever. But
well, it's just like an example
of the style,
like an offshoot of the.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's a full-blown, full-length JRPG with a big epic story, and it also has monster collecting, and you do also make, like in the main Monster Hunter games, armor and weapons out of monsters that you kill, but you have your character with your sword and things like this, or whatever weapon you choose. But you also have monsters you capture, which is fucking amazing. And
I remember the first one being really good. The story was great, and there was this anime that went along with it. It was quite nice as well.
Well, there you go.
Go cop that.
You know what's weird is, though, I watched the Monster Hunter Stories 3 trailer, right? And the one weird thing is that recently with Monster Hunter World, Capcom went in the direction of making it a bit more gritty, grounded, and having a big story where previously those games didn't, with the exception of Monster Hunter Stories games, right? And in this, they've gone... So the characters are now full-sized instead of being chibi, and you're not playing kids, and it's not like a jolly and fun and colourful storybook-looking world. It's gritty, it's realistic.
Okay.
So
I mean, that's part of the appeal, I think, is really the way it looked.
Well, they were kind of casual JRPGs, aren't they? In the same vein as like Pokemon, Dragon Quest, things like this. And
so they're now deciding to market to the people that play Monster Hunter Wilds, isn't it?
That's exactly what it seems like, and I don't know how I feel about that. But on the trailer, it was all about world-ending doom and people jumping into giant holes and like getting savaged by massive spiders. And I was like, I don't know. To be honest with you, it'll probably be good, but it's not what I've previously enjoyed the games for. And I played Monster Hunter Stories 1 recently on the 3DS, and for me it's perfect sort of casual JRPG that you play on a handheld device. And this is now going to be a big gritty Claire Obscure Expedition 33 inspired. I don't know, man. It rubbed me up the wrong way a little bit. But there we go. They're ditching the sort of storybook children's aesthetic in lieu of grittiness, which I don't like, but it might still be good.
It is a shame because they had a market there with that wouldn't buy Monster Hunter, the originals, or Wilds or whatever.
Yes, I know lots of people that have played the Monster Hunter Stories games but don't like the main ones.
Yeah, same.
And so trying to appeal to the main ones, they're probably just going to be like, well, this isn't Monster Hunter, I don't like it. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine like when your son is like a couple of years older, he'd love Monster Hunter Stories, I think.
Exactly. But he couldn't play a main game, but you can play those ones, right? Because there's also the main games have some violence in them as well, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this is all cartoonish. I don't know. Anyway, that was Monster Hunter Stories 3. The only other one that piqued my interest was Once Upon a Katamari.
Yeah, all right, man.
So for those that don't know, Katamari games are I don't know if they kind of are puzzle games, but it's about you play
the kind of arcadey sort of speedrun type puzzle. It's you roll a ball. It's like, I guess you could, like, the controls are a big sort of
move away from your... I was trying to tell Sean silently to move slightly away from his mic, and he just looked at me, smiled, and carried on speaking.
Yeah, I think...
Anyway, yes, Katamari. It's about rolling a ball and things stick to it, and you get bigger and bigger and bigger. You start off rolling up things like erasers, bugs, things like this, and then eventually rolling up countries, planets, universes, galaxies.
But the bad controls are also really good controls, and you got to master those.
So you use dual analog sticks to push the ball as if each one was its own independent arm. Now this one looks really fucking cool because previously the aesthetic and the look and the themes of the games have all more or less been the same, right? Or sort of. Whereas this one is called Once Upon a Katamari, and it involves time travel. So you're going back to prehistoric times. I've seen an Old West level. I've seen a medieval level.
It looks like, really, they took the criticism on board about the last one and just packed this one with content from the get-go. There's, funnily enough, 69 characters to pick out of.
Which was part of the fun of my favourite one of all time, and everyone's favourite is usually the one they bloody started with, and this is the same for me, is Beautiful Katamari on the Xbox 360. But me and my wife absolutely tanned the shit out of that game, and one of the things we did was go and collect all the cousins. That's what they are. So the main character is the Prince of all Cosmos, and it's usually because the King of all Cosmos is fucked. In this case, it's that the Earth has been destroyed, so you're trying to rebuild it by going back in time and rolling up all the fragments of time. But one of the things is you can go around the maps, and in addition to collecting all, doing the objectives, you can also, if you plan your route really well, you can collect different cousins to play as. And in this one, you can also customise the cousins, make your own cousins, and there's going to be 4-player online multiplayer.
Mate, yeah, that was the part I was like, I've got to say, we're going to have a lot of showdowns on that, man.
It's going to be fun. I think it's co-op though, mate.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think there's a persistent hub that you go to, and then you have and you roll shit up. It's going to be fucking amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, it's like a proper treat, like how the latest Monkey Ball was, really. This is, they've gone all out, really.
If you've ever looked at Katamari and thought, oh, that looks dumb, or like it looks too cutesy for me, just bear in mind, I've never ever suggested a Katamari game to somebody and they've disliked it. There was a geezer that I used to work with that was like a proper full-on roadman. He was a white lad, but he spoke with the accent. He was roadman. He actually ended up getting kicked out of the company because he failed a crime check, background check. But anyway,
crime check.
Well, it was funny because he was a drug dealer before he worked with us.
So that was on his record.
Yeah, and the job that we worked at, I won't say what it was, obviously, but we had to have a background check because we worked with certain government agencies, right?
Surely you did that before.
Well, no, but here's what happened. It was only when you get past a certain point, because there were certain protocols that we had to do that required the background check. Most of the basic stuff didn't, but then there was a point where it was like, okay, now you're going to be working with this classified government information, you're leveling up on your job, you need to do a background check. He got to that, and I was I was training him at the time, and we've gone way off piste here, but anyway, I was training him at the time, and they put down the background check form in front of him, and he's like, blood, like, I don't know if I want to sign that in it, and I'm like, just sign it. What's the worst that's going to happen? Look, if your background check comes back and you're not allowed to work here, that's what's going to happen. But if you don't sign it, you can't work here. And he's like hesitantly signs it, right? About 15 minutes later, he goes out the room, comes back in, he's like, well, it looks like I've got to go back to being a shotter then, innit? Like, really angry. But anyway, this guy he was a guy with a criminal background and a roadman, right? The only things he ever played were shooters, right? He just like Call of Duty, Gears of War, stuff like that. I suggested to him, I lent him my copy of Katamari. He fucking loved it, and he was like, I think he came to work one day, and he was like, I gave it to him, and he was like, "Why are you making me play this gay shit, man?" And I was like, "Look, it's not fucking gay, just play it." And he's like, "Right, I'll give it a try, but if it's shit, like you owe me some money in it or something like that." He comes in the next day, he's like, "Not gonna lie, blood, that game was sick still." And I'm like, yes, you see? So, look, I believe anyone would enjoy these games. Check it out. The Once Upon a Katamari trailer. Watch it. And if you think you're above it or that it looks too silly, just try it anyway, because you will fucking love it.
I would highly recommend on Steam as well. I got it about a year ago. The original Katamari HD remaster, which was
Katamari Damacy.
Yeah, I got that, and it's very good.
It was really good.
And it's cheap as well. So
Usually
it's
about 15 quid, something like that.
always in the sales as well, though.
Well, good. And Nobby boy.
I haven't played that one.
No, neither have I. But instead of rolling a ball to get big, you eat things to get long. Right, next bit of news. Australian pressure group Collective Shout claims responsibility for Steam and itch.io's recent changes to the handling of NSFW content. So, Collective Shout, who are an Australian group who, to use their words, are against the objectification of women and sexualisation of girls.
Aren't we all? But, you know.
Well, speak for yourself.
I mean,
no. We got to be serious. This is a serious one.
Aren't most people in the world, though? I mean, you know.
Well, no, serious now. We got to be serious. This is a serious one.
Yeah.
So, Collective Shout, their aim is to stop the increased levels of sexualisation in the media, including things like children's swimwear advertisements, games with sexual assault in them, and Andrew Tate's pretty much everything. Now,
surely, though,
these, I think we can all agree, right, are all good things to be against.
They are.
No, just let me finish the news story and then we'll discuss it, right? But for a while, right, this group have been on Steam, which everyone knows what Steam is, and itch.io, which is more of an independent games buying platform, right? And they've been on at them to keep a tighter leash on publishers that sell games via their platforms, specifically around erotic games, adult games, and so on. Now, their big thing is that both platforms contain games that include themes of incest, sexual assault, rape, and so on. Now, of course, both platforms ignored these requests, so instead what Collective Shout did is to take their complaints to Visa and MasterCard, basically saying your payment platform is being used by Steam and itch, and people are using Visa and MasterCard to buy games with explicit content, some of which depict things that are illegal to depict in certain parts of the world. For example, there are games on Steam that depict things like incest and rape, which is illegal even to depict in porn, let alone do it for real, right? So, genuinely legal things. Now, Visa and MasterCard then put pressure on both game platforms, leading to, in the case of itch.io, every single game with NSFW content, so it could be anything from the sordid games mentioned just now, to say something like Bayonetta, to say Final Fantasy VI because it includes a statue that has tits on it, right? To say Castlevania because of the same reason. And also, a lot of people on Steam have had their games taken down, a lot of publishers, and a lot of people have started voluntarily removing their games from Steam for fear of being stricken off the platform altogether. Now, what's really fucking dumb about this, right? Now, we can all agree that there is some disgusting shit on Steam that shouldn't be on there, that I don't believe that people should have access to, right? Especially, like... I don't want to be too gross, but do you remember there was that Japanese game, Sean, that was like came out ages ago? That was a game where you just sort of went around raping people for fun, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Right. See, that stuff. That stuff's gross, right?
Yeah.
And we don't like it.
Yeah, it's bad, but I wouldn't go about telling people what to do. But also, I wouldn't make that stuff. But what they've done is they've tarred every single game with the same brush, right? The problem is they now itch have removed every NSFW game from their platform, and that's insane. Because like there's a big difference between say like, okay, right, put it this way: video games are a medium, right? Imagine tarring say a genuine snuff film with the same brush as say a Saw film. Well,
right?
It would be like doing that snuff film Titanic, where she gets her breasts out at one time for the painting.
That's my point. Like that is the level that we're talking about here, right? Because there are some games that depict nudity, that have themes of sexual assault, that have themes of whatever, that paint it in a bad light and do it with artistic merit, and then you've got the games on the other side which are just like
horrible,
like Rape Simulator or Incest Simulator or whatever, and they're saying that those two things are the fucking same. It's the dumbest shit ever, right?
Yeah, so it's one of the worst cases. Really.
It's one of the worst fucking cases of censorship, and I'm not arguing like...
I don't think these people are the people that need to be talking about it. I think maybe there needs to be a bit of a discussion, I suppose.
I agree that there should be a tighter leash on things like Steam, right? But what they're doing is they're coming after people's livelihoods, right? And the trouble is they're making no room for anything like that as artistic expression, right? And so take for example Silent Hill 2, right? That's a game that is broadly speaking about massive mental illness, loss, things like this. But there's a character in it, Angela, who talks, not openly, but who talks about and is themed around sexual assault. She was sexually assaulted by her own dad, and in one of the most uncomfortable and moving scenes in the game, there's a point where, people will remember this if you played it, but she's in front of a mirror debating on whether or not to kill herself, and she's got a massive knife. She gives it to the player character saying that she's scared of what she'll do if she has it, and then there's a point where she can see but you can't see an abstract version of her dad who later chases her around an abstract version of her house, right? Yeah. It's a depiction, an artistic depiction of somebody, a well-formed, well-written character that makes you feel something about something terrible. It's artistic, right?
Yeah, I mean, like The First Life is Strange or something.
Right, that too. And another very, very good example, right? And my point is that like what they're doing is putting everyone in the same box just because like there are movies that depict these things, there are books that depict these things, and depict them as the terrible, terrible things they are. And Silent Hill 2 is one of those, right?
If you watch any samurai film.
Right, and it's like,
but sometimes we need to discuss these things or talk about them.
In fact, Sean is right. We need to discuss them. We need to talk about them. And in fact, as an artistic expression, one of the games are one of the best mediums to do that, right? And I would say that
because you got a lot of possibility.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of possibility. They're also more immersive. They tend to be longer than other mediums, and I was trying to skirt around talking about it, but Fear and Hunger, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the games that is targeted, and genuinely you need to have changed your profile on Steam to be an 18 plus profile to play it, right? And that is a game that is anti-war, pro-LGBT, right? Feminist game as well, right? But it does have, it has themes, although it's never explicitly shown.
Very dark horror.
It's the darkest of the dark, right? And in fact, it was inspired by Silent Hill. It does have themes and doesn't show it, but often says things happen via text where there is sexual assault that happens. There are people that are sexual predators in the game, in the same manner that there are hideous murderers and things like this that are demonized, and people that have. Well, Fear and Hunger 2 is an anti-war game, right? And it's like there are depictions of things like torture and all of this stuff. Like, it's really, really, really dark, but it's also one of the few games that managed to genuinely scare and terrify me, right? Now, it does contain a lot of very, very graphic things, but it's all in the pursuit of creating a piece of art that is supposed to show dark things that really exist for exactly how dark they are, right? And now and it is a game that is like touches on a lot of uncomfortable truths, but it demonizes, sometimes literally, sexual assault, right?
Well, but what's next? Cammy and Chun-Li, they're not going to be in Street Fighter anymore.
And this is my point, right? Yeah. But like what happens is they're saying that okay, Fear and Hunger is a game that most people, like most idiots, uninformed idiots, could look at and go, "That's disgusting." But when you play it, you might understand. And it's also just a very good game. But my point is that then people might take scenes from Silent Hill 2 out of context and go, "That's disgusting." People might look at the depiction of Chun-Li and go, "That's misogynistic." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people need to be able to express these things in the media to try and cope with them, right? And also like so that it's like they can artistically express these things to people that can then try and understand them and also like experience stories that have these things in them. But then they're going, oh yeah, but they're putting Silent Hill and Fear and Hunger, which are two pieces of genuine art, in the same boat as Rape Simulator. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, well, stupid, yeah.
But they're coming from a fundamentally uninformed, ill-informed position, and they are affecting people's actual livelihoods. There are many.
I'm hoping this sort of dies off quickly, like feminist frequency, and they're found out for sort of hacks, that they are, isn't it? Really, yeah.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's the hope, isn't it? Because we can all agree out there that we're feminists, right? We want women to have equal rights.
Yeah, man.
But Feminist Frequency, again, another organisation that were trying to ban games for reasons they literally did not know, right? And
Just so they could have a bit of power and money, innit?
Yeah, exactly. And this is one similar case. The only thing is I will say that we can all agree that there are certain things that have been banned off those platforms for good reason and good riddance, right? However, there are people that a lot of game developers struggle to make a living in this field. And
especially this year in particular.
Right. And now, but a lot of them, what they can do is develop small and very, very niche erotic games on itch, and they can make a living out of the thing they like doing, whether it be they make pixel art or they make games with erotic themes. Not the type of thing I would play.
But there's nothing wrong with that, though, really.
No, if you're 18 and above and you're picking to play that is your fucking choice. And they're trying to say that you can't do that. And it's also their fucking choice to make those games and sell them, right? And they should be able to. And there's literally so many people for whom it is their jobs to make games by adults for adults, and they're now being had their livelihoods taken away.
The human rights and livelihood.
Yeah, their human right to make and sell their own art, right? Yeah. And if it doesn't matter if you're the type of person that's thinking this and go, I don't play those games, because I don't really, with the exception of, say, Fear and Hunger, but it's not even an erotic game, I would say. It's not. It just features some penises. But look, here, the thing is that I don't play them, but the trouble is if they can pressure Visa and MasterCard into taking away people's livelihoods for, say, erotic games, they could do it for a number of other things. Like, I don't foresee a future where Visa and MasterCard could be pressured into taking down games with gay themes, for example. But they might do in, say, countries like Russia, where hating gay people is still quite a big problem.
Yeah.
Or Uganda. Or Ghana. Yeah, definitely. Right? Yeah. So there are in this case, people
to make themselves look better in those countries.
Exactly. If a lobbyist group in those countries pressured them and it whatever, it's terrible.
No, like Pride Month, we've got to have the MasterCard logo with the rainbow on it. But
do you know what's wild as well is that there's a great, huge, massive swathe of these fucking games that are made by women for women. The people that this collective shout group is claiming to try and protect. You know what I mean?
But yeah, they don't know they exist.
And they don't know the first fucking thing about any of this. It's ridiculous. I mean, what was one of the biggest visual novels recently was that one about the sex dungeon with a bunch of really attractive men in it, and there was a safe for work mod. I only remember this because there was a safe for work mod where they just put woolly knitted cardigans over all the men.
I just realised, that means one of the best sort of low key indie games on Steam ever made. Mount Your Friends.
Yes, Mount Your Friends, is it? Exactly. To them, that would count as an erotic game.
Yeah.
Just because it's muscled dudes with massive packages. But my point, anyway, look, it's a terrible thing, and they are affecting the livelihoods of women who draw these and program these games. So fuck you, Collective Shout, idiots. They should have hired people to research this and come up with specific examples, right? And they should
just people who've played a game.
Yeah, that would fucking help. Morons. But yeah, it's if you don't think this affects you, it could do in the future. If you're not into these games, and I'm not, that's absolutely. But it is a bad thing, and what they've done is they've destroyed people's livelihoods. So yeah, fuck off. So
just be aware.
Be aware and do speak. Send them. I don't know.
Spread the word.
Send them a nice, strongly worded email. Don't be rude. Next news story, so we can be a bit silly again. Nintendo warns Japanese players not to play Switch 2 in extreme temperatures.
I'm going to play my Switch 2. I mean,
I'll play it wherever I want. If I want to play in a fucking sauna...
Oh, this is like Nintendo back at it again, man. Like, I mean, you just... That Switch 2 is just a license, to play their games, to be honest. And now
what's that got to do with this?
So I'm just,
just having a chat with Nintendo there. So the quote is, when using a Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch 2 in a high temperature environment, the device's temperature may rise.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Switch the original one.
Well,
used
I'm
to get
glad they're
well
out
hot.
here telling me this stuff because I wouldn't know. I didn't even know that high temperature could rise the temperature of an object.
Like hot things get hotter. I do.
Is that what? Fucking hell. Anyway, they continue saying this could potentially cause malfunctions, so please use it in a location between 5 and 35 degrees Celsius. That's mental. Why do they need to tell us this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Although that said, I once used my Switch 1 in a 50 degrees Celsius heat wave in Morocco, and it was fun.
Yeah,
so I don't know, do what you want. Test it out. Put your Switch 2 in the oven, and let's see what temperature it can get at before it malfunctions.
I mean, I did play my Switch 1 in the summer in a park.
Was it 35 degrees though? I doubt it.
It was 35 degrees, yeah.
If you've been in a fucking Japanese heat wave though, fucking hell, the humidity.
I've been in one of ours, and I mean, the Japanese one's much worse, but ours are pretty terrible.
Anyway, they ended this statement with recently temperatures have been exceeding 35 degrees Celsius. Please be cautious when using it outdoors. Thanks, Nintendo. That's really handy, isn't it?
I mean,
Heat makes things hot.
it's just to cover their backs, really. Isn't it? People, like, a lot of people are not very intelligent, and they'll just, like, a lot of people are just going to return the Switch.
People have been taking it into the sauna and trying to return it. That's what's been going on, isn't it? Taking it into the old onsen. Well, but I dunked my Switch in the fucking onsen and it's not fucking working anymore.
Well, Nintendo didn't tell me not to do it.
So yeah, please do not eat your Nintendo Switch 2. Some parts are choking hazards. The next piece of news is Mortal Kombat Trilogy will be added to the Classics collection.
Yeah,
Sean,
and also at EVO.
Yeah, go on, sorry. You put this news on here.
Yeah, I mean...
Lay it on me, bro.
This was announced at EVO, also with the...
Extra virgin olive oil.
With the original actress for Sonya being... she's 55, and she's still looking good.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Collective shout will come after you. We cannot say women are good. She's either good looking or not good looking.
Okay.
She still slays.
She still...
I respect her personality.
Yeah, I mean, she is a lovely woman.
With whom I would like to have a dinner respectfully and split the bill.
But she was going around advertising this at EVO. A lot of guys got to play it at EVO, including people who picked up MK1 and started from there, or MK11. MK Trilogy is now on the Classics collection, so that's a pretty bulky collection. Oh, and...
can you just say what fucking Mortal Kombat Trilogy is, please?
Mortal Kombat Trilogy.
Just before we carry on.
Amalgamation.
Shut up! Right, just before we carry on the last episode, right, I noticed every time you describe a game, you just sort of say very broadly, you were like, with Pac-Man World, you were like, yeah, it's just a good classic platformer.
Yeah,
I like it.
No,
right, let's try to describe things for the listeners. They're listening because they want to learn the information. You just saying this was added.
That was actually a good description.
No, it wasn't. I knew when I looked at the game on YouTube afterwards, it was nothing like I thought it was going to be because you didn't describe anything.
It was sort of a late PS1 type of platformer.
Yeah, so that type of thing. Yeah. But that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying not to do. So let's go. What's Mortal Kombat Trilogy, please? And why is it good that it's on this collection? Why are you struggling? It's sort of... it's a game. Sean's sweating. Right.
So
he's really straining.
I just really got off track there, man.
Yeah, no. Right. What is Mortal Kombat Trilogy? And why is it good?
That and I was getting all excited about it.
Right, get excited. Come on.
No, I've sort of...
No, you did. You said, oh, Mortal Kombat Trilogy's added. That's good. Also, they're adding something else. You were about to move on. You weren't describing it.
No, but I had a joke about Sub-Zero and then how good Mortal Kombat Trilogy was going to be.
Was it a good joke?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, fuck.
But anyway, like Mortal Kombat Trilogy is basically like a Mugen of Mortal Kombat 1, 2 and 3.
What is Mugen?
Mugen is like customizable... actually, it's like every character from Mortal Kombat 1 to 3. You got all the stages from all those games and a heap more content. I mean, it was like a good package on its own back on the PS1 and in the arcades. But yeah, it's all those Mortal Kombat characters from all those games. And there you go. And you got customizable options as well. Like you can take out the running and all of that stuff. Yeah, like tons of it, and also like loads of like secrets. You know.
You can play as past versions of the characters. That's Sean.
And
You did it, man.
And more
You
Kombat
did it.
2.
Yes.
More Kombat 2 versions.
Yes. Sean, that was a good description, man.
But
yes.
But
Sorry. Go on.
We spent a lot of time playing this as kids, and
If I'm being honest, I think it's the best one. I know everyone says, "Oh, Mortal Kombat."
I think if you're like sitting down, like having a couple of beers with your mates who are like also fighting game enthusiasts and Mortal Kombat enthusiasts,
I've always thought that Mortal Kombat was not a very good tournament fighter anyway, and this one is got so many characters. It's the most unbalanced piece of shit that also happens to be incredibly fun. Is that a good way of putting it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So that's great. That's great news. Now then,
but. Massive. I mean, this Classics collection. I mean, you know, it's going to be. Yeah, it's going to be.
No, go on. What's the Sub-Zero joke?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, also they've. They're adding MK Mythology Sub-Zero.
No.
To the games.
Binned. I'm not getting that fucking. No, cool. To be honest, I'd like to play that.
Even the Game Boy games are on there as well. But yeah. So Sonya was bowling about. Advertising the game at Evo, so that's pretty cool.
That is cool, Sean, mate. That was good.
Yeah,
that was like you're a real podcaster, man.
And she's 55, and my dreams were not shattered. There you go. I said it in a way. I did it.
Why were they not shattered?
Because
she's attractive. No. All right, Pac-Man World Repack 2 has been announced. So you recently bought Repack 1, a game that I know fucking nothing about.
Yeah, well, they've just announced Repack 2, so...
Would you say it was a good PS1 game?
I'd say it's really, like, you know, it's one of...
Really good?
It's one of those mid-shelf, like, type of... No, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like those sort of... like Tombi kind of thing.
Good 7 out of 10, yeah.
No, 7 out of 10. Tombi.
No, Tombi's a 10 out of 10. I'm just saying, shut up. You mean a middle-budget game?
Yeah, I was used to call them mid-shelf games, because...
Yeah, but that's... Mid-shelf games are like 7 out of 5 out of 10s.
Okay, all right.
Top shelf, middle budget.
All right, mid-budget games, because, you know, you had, like, your low-budget games on the PS2,
and
like Lion and the King and that. But, no, this is one of the great mid-budget games from Namco.
And it's either a platformer, a Souls-like, beat-em-up, I don't know, but it's probably good, isn't it?
It's a very good platformer.
Nice.
So, the second one's been announced, so the first one sold quite a lot, so that's good. I just wanted to get it out there, really.
Okay, cool. Well, wishlist that on Steam. Rockstar rolling out age verification in the UK as a result of the government asking for ID when visiting 18+ content.
Bastards.
Obviously, so
Bastards.
Fucking Sean's well upset. He hasn't got his he can't go into femboys anymore, man.
I haven't got my wank license, man.
Right, look, yes, so people will know about this. You now have to fucking verify your age on pornography, but also anything 18+. Now, what's interesting about this?
It's a step too far for the government to be doing this. Harris and I had a discussion the other day about
No, do you know what? I just think there needs to be a few hurdles in the way of people getting onto pornography. However, we've already seen that they have been using it to censor footage of protests, censor talk about medicinal uses of cannabis. So it's being used to censor things that my point was, I think maybe there should be one government login where you put your ID on it and you get a unique number that you can use on all those sites.
A lot of people have had that idea, and then the unique number or like a token you get or something.
Yeah, exactly, something like that, like something well thought out. I believe that it's a good idea to have it. It's just that idea that I just said that a lot of other people have echoed is like that's a way better, more private way of doing it, right?
But it's all about surveillance, really, isn't it?
Well, it's that, but it's also being used to censor things that are just anything 18+, like I say, footage of protests, right? It's stuff that counts as genuine, actual news that people should be interacting with is being censored. I noticed that on Reddit, which is really upsetting. And on the day that this fucking thing was announced, there's two funny things about it. First of all, VPN was the highest search in England. for about a week. Now everyone's got one. Proton VPN, by the way, it is a free open source one that is generally good with privacy. You do have to make an account, but it's run by decent people and it's free and open source. Anyway, the other thing that's very funny is that some of the sites, what they'll do is that you take a picture of yourself, and then to prove you're not just showing them a static image, you have to open your mouth, right? Right, which is really dystopian, but Death Stranding 2 has been a way of getting around that, because there's a button, if you go into the photo mode, you can get Sam to open his mouth. So there's apparently like hundreds of thousands of accounts that look like Norman Reedus.
I've
on Pornhub, I think it was.
I've got to be honest, because like a lot of Reddit was censored to me.
Oh yeah, like what? Don't say that one thing. Say the other things. I already know the one thing you told me about, but what what else?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's the only thing I really use it for. I mean, and also public freakouts for one.
Yes, exactly. That was another one. Femboys.
No, not
gooning.
That. But before I, because I have a VPN on my PC, but I didn't have one on my phone. But before getting one on my phone, I tried to
access r/femboys.
I tried to like take, because I'm a big Alan Partridge fan, so tried to like use his head on one of the books as.
Oh, that's very funny. Anyway, so but this now includes, obviously, in GTA Online, and you can kill a prostitute, but you can see topless women. So they're now rolling out for that, because apparently we can't decide. I don't know, man. It's just fucking.
Surely, when you buy the game as well, I mean, you need either 18 plus accounts, or.
Yeah, but this is the problem, isn't it?
Or be 18 plus when you go and buy the physical copy.
How many times, though, as a video game player, have you heard parents talking about games, right? And they say, well, when my son gets on his Xbox, I can just download whatever they want, right? And it's like, because you need to set up their fucking account. That's why they've set it up with a different date of birth. They play in games they shouldn't be. We already have an age rating thing in place. It's just that no fucking parents in the world are fucking enforcing it.
I mean, our parents actually put in the effort. I mean, and that was probably 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I played Resident Evil 2 when I was 9. Yeah.
Wait.
They were, come on. They sort of did a bit.
Oh, no, I mean, wait. We'll probably cut this out.
No, we won't
just
cut this
talking
out.
about the internet.
Oh, right, yeah. No, but look, the point is that a lot of parents, you should be putting child locks on their consoles, and you should be locking it down to an age thing, because you can lock the PS5 so that they can't make a new account, make their account for them, bingo bango.
How easy is it as well, like, for example, just so everyone understands, to make a kid's account on Netflix, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. But yeah, so now you got to use your wank license to play GTA. So there you go.
Another reason to not buy it. Nice. Thanks.
Next news story, the last one, is Hideo Kojima will not be playing game.
He will not be playing the remake.
I don't know why you put this in there, Sean.
Because it's funny, isn't it?
Hideo Kojima has basically said he won't be playing the remake of his game, Metal Gear Solid 3, that he had no involvement with the remake.
I can't understand.
But did you know he's also not played Pong?
Has he not?
Yeah, no. Every week we're going to put in a new game that Hideo Kojima has not played.
Surely
this is not news.
Surely everyone of his age has played. I mean, he was around before Pong.
Sean, it was a joke, mate.
Yeah, no, I'm just going. I'm
just riffing. No,
wait. Just read the rest of it.
No, there is an interesting quote that he said here. He says
it's about our gaming industry.
Well, I was about to fucking read it, Sean. So just
with my permission.
Shut up. He says that the industry now lacks imagination and needs something new every once in a while. He also cited a lack of commitment, saying that because working on MGS, he knows how to dismantle a gun and he knows many ways to kill a man. Did he say that?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
That is interesting. But
his whole style has always been researching the subject that his game is about to a ridiculous degree, then refining it to arcadey style play, right?
Sort of like how method actors, big up, like, I don't know, like for example,
Jared Leto.
I mean, that's sad, but
No, anyway, my point is, look, he researched
Yeah.
his stuff to a ridiculous degree, to the point where, you know, with Death Stranding, he read all the classic American novels about postmen, because it's a game about delivery. So, well, I mean, the big one being The Postman, a post-apocalyptic delivery man book. But yeah, I mean, he does a lot of research, but like you say, with MGS, he knows how to dismantle a gun and knows many ways to kill a man. But in this context, it does seem like he's like, well, if somebody's remade my game, you do know I know how to kill a man.
He's sort of saying that these people wouldn't know. I
Yeah,
guess.
they're just rehashing something they don't understand. Yes, I understand that. Not really a news story, but that's fine. We'll keep it in there.
I think it looks good, to be honest. It looks a bit Twin Snakesy, but, you know.
I'm up for it though, man.
That's what I'm down for, man.
Because Twin Snakes, look, Kojima did all the work on Metal Gear Solid, and when that first one got remade into Twin Snakes, they changed some things that I think he would have been unhappy about, but to me, it's the better version. Because I think he laid the groundwork, that game perfected it.
And also, it's like quite telling as well that like Twin Snakes came out, and then afterwards, that was sort of his style, really. You know?
Yeah, it was. I mean, because the way Snake acts in the cutscenes in Twin Snakes, he sort of then did in later games. So it's funny. So yeah, I think the Delta remake does look good. I'm a bit begrudging about it because Kojima isn't involved, but if they basically just give us the original but gussy it up, I'm fine with that. Right, that is it for news. Shall we go on to what we've been playing?
Yeah, let's go.
Here, mate, what's your game? What's your game? What's your game, mate?
What's your game, mate?
Shut up! What's your game? Shut up! What's your game? Here, mate, what's your game? What's your game? Pussy old dickhead.
All right, welcome to What's Your Game, where we speak about what we've been playing. We are going to speak about Fatal Fury. Oh no, and actually, a lot of people have enjoyed our Fatal Fury chat. Okay, especially those in the Fatal Fury community, and we'll get to that in a bit. But today we're going to start with something different. I've been playing ESP Psi on the Nintendo Switch. Right, so ESP Psi is a shoot-'em-up game by Cave, right? And Cave, obviously, a lot of people are going to know who they are. When it comes to shoot-'em-up games, they are literally like in a different league, right? Their games are head and shoulders above all others, in my opinion. Now, I know that a lot of people, they like the Psycho shmups. I think there are some games that come close to what Cave has done. I think Darius Gaiden is one of my absolute favourites. Batsugun is another.
Radiant Silver Gun. The 1940s series from Capcom as well.
Yeah. Blue Revolver is another one. But if you look at the top...
Gradius
and Gradius 3 is all right. Anyway, look. Point is that Cave, if you look at the top shmups of all time, right, or shooting games as they're called in Japan, it's mostly Cave games, right? And they are a company that's really stopped producing shoot-'em-ups almost entirely. But the people over at M2 Shot Triggers have been doing ports for them for devices nobody owns or gives a fuck about. So they ported Dodonpachi Daiojo to Switch only, Japan only, to PS4 only, and also Japan only, because Japan tend to favour consoles. But not on PS5, not on PC, not on things people own, which is mental. Hence why I've been playing ESP Psi on the Nintendo Switch. So, as I said, it's a Japan-only shoot-'em-up game. The original being ESP for the arcades, and this was notably Cave's first ever shoot-'em-up game where you didn't play a plane, helicopter, or spaceship. You play people, right? And the game has a Akira-style aesthetic where you play psychically attuned espers, basically. So they have extrasensory perceptions, and you fly around and shoot things on a scrolling map like you do on all shmups. But here's the thing. What it is the style of it. It has a kind of a cool story. So, which doesn't really matter in a shoot 'em up. But the story behind it is that there's a massive corporation doing terrible things, and you play psychic people shooting these corporations, and the corporations have spaceships, tanks, people, and their own espers, which use psychic abilities against you, and you shoot and kill them. The cool thing about it is that this is the first time an artist whose name I can't remember joined the team, and hence why I took it in a different direction other than spaceships shooting other spaceships. And it's got elements of fashion, and it's got a very Akira style look with a really good vibe to the whole game. Cracking music, and just a nice sort of edgy cyberpunk look and feel to it. You've got 3 characters. There's Iori Misaki, who's the one I've been playing. She has a straight shot, but it's a wide straight shot. And you've got JB Fifth, who's a Russian guy who has a V-shaped shot, so like a literal spread pattern bullet. And then you've got the other geezer whose name I can't remember, and he's got just a straight shot that is more powerful. Each of the characters have different movement speeds, and also they have very, very slightly different... There's a mechanic in the game where you have an extra power shot for each character that is slightly different. And so while you're blasting things, you also have this meter that builds up, and every so often you can press your power shot, and you can kind of... the power shot moves with your character's momentum, so you can spread it all over the entire screen, which is incredibly fun and incredibly satisfying. And one of the big things of the game is that with your power shot, it shoots out 16 bullets a time if it's fully charged, right? So while you're shooting, what you want to do is plow those 16 bullets into something, and if all of them hit, you get a score bonus. If 8 of them hit, you get half that score bonus, and so on and so on. And the reason that you kind of want to get score is just if you want to compete against other people in the game and go on the leaderboards and things like this. But also every 4 million points you get an extra life. So it incentivizes you to use the power shot in a way that will hit where all of the bullets will hit an enemy, right? Which is incredibly fun and really, really satisfying. And trying to plow these into enemies and shoot accurately is something that is one of the more satisfying elements of the game. Obviously, this is a bullet hell game, right? So it's fucking difficult. Where bullet hell games are shmups that tend to have slower bullets, but hundreds of them on the screen at the same time, and you're sort of very quickly making hundreds of decisions every minute to try and avoid the bullets, right? Now, it's originally an arcade game, as I mentioned, Esperade, and this one is called Esperade Psi, and it's for the Nintendo Switch, so it's got a bunch of new features. One of the things is they've got remixes of the original tunes, but they've all been remixed into hardstyle and drum and bass, which is fucking awesome.
That's good. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's called the Drive Wave soundtrack, and the only DJ who I can remember is Ryu Star, who's like a Japanese DJ.
Yeah.
But he does hardstyle, and it's fucking awesome. Like, it fits the game's aesthetic, but it's more modern, and it sounds fucking incredible. But you've got one of the big things about classic cave shooting games is that the hitbox on bullet hells tends to be very small. What that means is there's only a very small amount of your ship that can actually get hit by bullets. In most games like Donpachi, it's the cockpit, right?
In this, it's your heart, isn't it?
Yes, in this it's usually your heart. What this equates to is that because you're looking at your character from the top down and they're flying, right, is that it's just below where their neck is. The thing about Esperade, which is really weird, is that the characters, unlike the ships in most shmups where they just move at a single constant speed, perhaps with a slowdown button, right? In Esperade, the characters have momentum, so they slowly come to a stop. It's tiny, but they come to a stop rather than stopping the second that you let go of the joystick, and they gradually ramp up to full speed. Not gradually, they very quickly ramp up to full speed, but it's not instant like it is in most. The other thing is that your hitbox sort of moves a bit because your character tilts when they fly left and right. Yeah. So it's one of the more difficult games to complete on the original arcade release because you can't see the hitbox, but it moves when your character moves.
Yeah, even for a cave game, I've played it, and even for those, it's difficult.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's ridiculous. So the good thing about this release is they, like most modern shoot 'em ups nowadays, or most re-releases of classic cave games and shoot 'em ups, they will have the visible hitbox, right? And this one adds that to this game, making it, in my opinion, despite the fact being locked on the Nintendo Switch, despite the fact I can load MAME in less than a fucking second, and this takes, for some reason, 2 full minutes to load, don't know why, still the definitive version because you can see the hitbox, and it just makes the game way more playable. And I've played hundreds of hours of the arcade version, and I prefer this one. The other thing it has is a new mode called Arcade Plus. And for those not in the know, like, a lot of classic cave games have the white label and then the black label version. The black label is like usually slightly harder, but also slightly remixed and with elements of the game slightly changed, rebalanced, right? And this new Arcade Plus is kind of like that. One of the things you could do in the old ones is that you, with your power shot, you could plow them all into the same enemy to get the bonus, right? Like, if all 16 bullets hit the same enemy, you still get the bonus to your score, which is kind of against the spirit of it, because what you were kind of supposed to do is use the power shot to swipe across the screen and take out multiple enemies at once. But the game de-incentivized that by making it work if you hit the same enemy, which meant that you were kind of not using it in the intended way to get the extra lives. The Arcade Plus version changes it so that you have to hit all 16 shots to get the bonus, and you have to hit at least 2 enemies. So it becomes about knowing the enemy patterns to a point where if I swoop over to the left-hand side, shoot all of my power shot, I know that every single one is going to hit multiple enemies. It's harder, but it is, but the game has accounted for that by changing the scoring system to make it slightly more generous. So I don't know, it's really, really good. That's the Arcade Plus, and you can obviously change the music. In addition to that, the characters now have more dialogue, which is kind of cool. I can't understand it because it's a Japanese-only game. But it does give the bosses more flavour. Like, in the original, all the bosses used the same shouts, like every time they would get hit or they'd lose a segment of their life. And now they each have their own voices, and it sounds and looks better. That's what I'm going to say. But, like, do you know the weird thing is, though, Sean, is that there is featured in the game is something called Esper's Room, which is a Tamagotchi-like thing where you put the characters from the game in a little room and look after them.
Oh, like Child Garden. Nice.
Yeah. The trouble is, though, it's very text-heavy and I couldn't understand it. But
that is a shame.
I just went in there and saw the main guy just standing in a room, and that I could put furniture in there. And I was like, what the fuck is this? What's this in here for?
I'd be up for that. I mean, I quite like that when they like add content in like that, and it seems like they put a lot of effort in with this remake.
Definitely. The other thing is that it's a vertical shmup, right? So typically in the arcades, what they would do is the monitors that were built into the arcade machines were rotated to be vertical because it's a vertically scrolling game. And typically that's how I've got a monitor that I can flip vertically. I got literally 4 arcade shooting games, and this is one such thing. But the only thing is that most people don't play that way. So what it does is it will letterbox it, and you'll have it vertical on a horizontal monitor. But all that dead space on the left and right hand side, they've now got really useful information. For example, I'll try to not go too deep into this, but in order to get your energy back for your bomb, it's not really a bomb in this game, it's like a super attack that you can charge up, right? But in order to get energy back to do that, you need to first of all, fill an invisible meter that you couldn't see in the original arcade game, for the enemies to then drop energy items, right? But now that is just purely visible on the side of the screen, doesn't take up any room on the actual play field, it's just off to one side. You've got things like that. You've got your chain meter is now visible where once it wasn't, which is important for scoring. You've got an extra character, and on the side there's a map showing how far along you are on each level, how you're doing on each boss, information on all the enemies. It's just nice, man. So even though it's a vertical game, I'm playing it horizontally because I like all that extra information to be next to it. It's just fucking great. Yeah, and that is about as much as I got to say on it. Of course, it includes a lot of quality of life features, like it's now got quick save and quick load if you want to practice certain segments of the game. It's got loads of different screen options and sound options, and obviously the new remixes that I mentioned. The only problem is it is Japan exclusive, so if you want to buy it, you've got to set up a Switch Japanese profile, or use a VPN, maybe, I don't know, Proton VPN, or buy it from PlayAsia. But it is only about 25 quid. So It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's good.
If you fancy an arcade game that you can dip into whenever you want and really, really get enjoyment out of, this is one of the best shoot 'em ups ever made, and regarded by everyone to be a complete classic. And it's got great vibe, really challenging gameplay that is incredibly fun. And it's only 25 quid. Anyway, yes, 25 quid on PlayAsia or 25 quid on the Japanese Switch store. So yeah, get it. ESP Psi. It's written in a weird way though. It's esp.ra.de.psi, which is a fucking dumb name for a game. Sean, you have been playing some other stuff we'll get to later. One of the things should we do Fatal Fury last? We'll do that last.
Well, we're doing it last.
Should we do it now?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to Fatal Fury. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. Right, so fucking hell, a lot has happened, man. A lot has happened in Fatal Fury, and we are excited about it. The one big thing is that we came onto the game one day. We spoke about this last time, and our good friends over in the Saudi Arabia SNK community had announced the Esports World Cup taking place in Saudi Arabia. And it was a tournament. It wasn't the big tournament that we spoke about, but it was a tournament with a £1 million prize pool, and it was invitation only. And the best players in the world have been invited to play with a chance of winning £1 million, right? Bear in mind, when this tournament was out, how many people were playing the game? When the tournament happened, how many people were playing the game?
Well, it's mostly just us, really.
It was about 100 in the world, right?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And this tournament, there were more people at the event than playing the game at the time it was on. There were more people at the event than played the game in the last month, right? They had a Korean boy band, who probably massive, right, come out on the biggest, most luxurious stage in a massive arena in Saudi Arabia, right? The production level was in line with League of Legends tournaments, which usually have £25 million prize pools, usually play in massive stadiums, and also has 13 million players. This game had about 100, and the money behind it.
They had Post Malone.
Post Malone came out, did WoW, probably his best song, and a number of other tunes on a stage the likes of which he has likely never seen, with fucking fireworks going off. They had this massive lighting rig that was over the whole V-shaped stage. It was fucking mental for the level, what this game is. The amount of money they're pouring into promoting it is insane. Tournament was good though, wasn't it?
Oh, it was really good.
And bear in mind, that was day one. That was the pools. That was the celebration they did. Usually, what the celebration, like in a League of Legends championship, for example, the World Championship will take place at the beginning. They do the opening ceremony for the knockout stage. They did the opening ceremony for just a bit where everyone's just sort of playing each other and they figure out who goes into the knockouts. It was wild.
It was crazy. I mean, I'd never seen anything that extravagant before. It was crazy.
And then you get to, like, when we got to actually looking at the players play, we had some cracking players, and there was Punko. Who's that guy that was doing the rage meme?
Koji Kodge.
Yeah, Koji Kodge, he was there, and a bunch of other really, really cracking players. But they sat down to play the game. And obviously, with this slick, fucking amazing production they had, the camera swoops over the crowd, right? And it's insane, right? Obviously, it was all Saudi people, right? But you could tell the amount of...
They were like paid to be there. It was sort of like...
What I suspect is because Saudi Arabia does actually have a lot of gamers and nerds in it, right?
Yeah, it does.
What I suspect it was... very nerdy, very wealthy men taking unbelievably attractive women to the game to show off that they can get into this big event. Right?
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
Because the camera sweeps over the audience, right? And you see men like our age, followed by women around 19 and 20, all on their phones, that could not give a fuck about what was going on, right? When the music was on, everyone was up and jumping, but as soon as the game started, they were like, the crowd is electric here today, and then it's like, it swoops over and you just see women on their phones, like men.
But the men had this, like, signs and stuff.
Yeah, they did. And it's weird, because coming from a background where the biggest esport I'd say I watch is League, right? And I fucking love it, and watching League is such a different beast, because you have men and women of all ages in the crowd, fucking hype as fuck, and this was just, it was weird. It was really weird, but
we had that at Evo.
Yeah, we did. To be fair, that's just happened, and we're gonna get into that a bit as well. There's been some massive prizes up for grabs within the Fatal Fury competitive community, and it's like been really fun to watch. Now, with this one, I did manage to catch more or less the whole thing. We won't go into like every fucking match that happened, but one of the things that happened that came out was that of the big fucking cast of characters in Fatal Fury, the pro players will quickly figure out who is the most effective and mostly use those. In Street Fighter, there's a pool of about, say, eight.
Five?
Right.
No, 8, yeah.
About eight characters, right, that the pros will use, tending more towards the top 5. In this, how many? How many would you say the pros are using?
2.
So Billy, who is a long reach character who fights with a cane, his surname, what is that?
Billy Kane.
Right, yeah,
But
very imaginative.
He fights. Well, it's bow staff he fights with.
It is a bow staff, but I like to say it's a cane. Anyway, Billy Kane was one of them, and Kine, the new psychic ability-based character, he was the other. The third one was Hotomaru, who's a returning character from old Fatal Fury games, who was used a bit. We did also see it was one guy using Gato.
Yeah, and that was a poor choice. Oh no, yeah, it was Punko that was playing him, wasn't it? But he got knocked out pretty quickly.
It's the American lad who was playing Gato, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
But one of the things they did is that people switched up their characters a lot, and Punko did use Gato early on, but then switched, and so it's mainly Billy, Kane, and Kine that were the main two characters that we used, and it's solely Sean and we're competing in 2 weeks now, right? And we were watching this tournament like, have we made a bad choice? Like, I played Preacher, who's the 8th most popular. Marco's even lower.
Yeah, but yeah, we're going to VS Fighting 13 in Birmingham, so
in 2 weeks, and we're going to make a little mini audio documentary on this channel, so you got that to look forward to.
We haven't really had much chance to play anything else because we've been sweating playing this all the time,
grinding it out,
trying to get ready, you know.
Totally, but this tournament made us reassess. But you know, because of the state of where we were at this time, right, when this tournament was happening, I said to myself, right, should I pivot and play Billy Kane? Because I've fought you when I've been him, and I'm pretty decent, right?
Yeah, you do well.
The difference is that of the 133 hours I have in this game, most of them are been spent playing Preacher, right? Who is a Muay Thai based fighter, right? And the trouble with it is that a lot of those hours were racked up right at the beginning when you could get a match any time of the day. And as we spoke about on a previous podcast where all of the player count has been going down so rapidly, there just simply isn't the space, because I can only get games at night, right? And I've had opportunities to play during the day, but I can't.
Well,
so my point is that now if I can't train another 133 hours with Billy Kane, then it's just not going to be worth it. I have to stick with what I know. So I'm playing an inferior character, but it might, in some situations, work to my benefit because people are not used to fighting her, right?
Well, we've also we also had Evo. So with the fight,
we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute.
This sort of ties into it.
It does. However, one of the things I wanted to mention about the tournament, this first tournament, was the winner.
Yeah.
Was Go1.
Goichi,
right?
Yeah.
So Goichi was the winner of that tournament. Walked away with $500,000.
He's an amazing. He is the best Kine player, and like it's insane.
He is a beast, and the thing is that the absolute swagger to which he put his opponents to rest was crazy. I mean, he made this. Kine is a very zoning focused character, right? He's
zoning focused, but then by accident, he's also very good up close as well.
Yes, yeah. He's not a long. Well, yeah, actually, fuck. I mean, I was gonna say he's not. If you're very good, you can pull off long combos with him.
Yeah.
But he's mostly like zoning is where you keep your opponents at bay by using fireballs, and he's very, very, very good at that, or ranged attacks. But the thing is that if you're very, very clever with him, you can weave those fireballs into combos. And Goichi was like, he did that so fucking effortlessly. Did you see, whenever they would finish a game, the amount of stress his opponents looked under? That American guy with the long hair, I forget his fucking name, but he was fucking sweating. Like, he looked angry, he looked tense. And the same goes for all of Goichi's opponents. And he was just so fucking casual about it. And I was like, mate, what a legend. But anyway, really entertaining tournament and loved it. Now, next, what happens? So Evo happened, right? This is like the big fighting game tournament. Now, it's all different fighting games that get played at Evo, but what people don't know is that it's not just funded by this independent organisation, Evo. The companies themselves put up the prize money, right? They essentially go to Evo and say, I've got this amount of money. Put on. They pay Evo and say, can you put on a big production for us? And Fatal Fury was no exception. They put up, how much was it? $2.5 million?
Yeah.
Which again shatters Evo's previous one last year, which was 100,000 for Street Fighter 6, right? So Saudi money again kicks in, and Fatal Fury was one of the biggest events there, despite being a game that's played by me and you only, and Goichi, and that's it.
Well, actually, I mean, it's come. I mean,
we'll get to that.
A lot of the King of Fighters goats were playing it. But yeah, I mean, that's why they were playing it.
And a lot of Street Fighter veterans are playing it.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they did get knocked out pretty quickly.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. But my point is that the money was up for grabs and people went for it, right?
They did.
I didn't watch any of it, man. I never had the fucking chance, and I got the winner spoiled by me. But tell me about it. Tell me about Evo.
It was so exciting. I mean, I watched Mortal Kombat. I watched that. I watched Killer Instinct. But
nobody gives a fuck. Just Fatal Fury.
No,
inferior games, please.
No, I mean, you go watch the. I mean, those were brilliant tournaments. But the Sea of the Wolves tournament was like absolutely electrifying. I mean, first of all, I mean, in the top 8, before the top 8 started, you had an announcement for Ken. They did like
Ken from Street Fighter has been announced, and he's been put in the game. Yeah, and it was happening the day of the final.
It was when the top. When the top 8. I mean, they that's some marketing they did right. So they had this anime intro before the tournament started of Ken and like Terry fighting, and then some dude from SNK is like, yeah, Ken will be releasing tomorrow.
Do face your mic when you're speaking. But yeah, so
and then.
But what's funny, just before you carry on, is that Sean texts me saying, well, they've said that Ken's the next character coming to the game. I can't believe they haven't put a fucking release date on it. What are they doing with this game? They're killing it. And then, of course, they bam it in, and we're like, yes!
Yeah.
He's in the fucking game. Because everyone was so hyped for Ken being in it.
Yeah, like, even people who didn't play the game, and now, like excitement has drove to this game because of that. I mean, they did a really good job with that. But then the tournament, you had, I mean, you had the winner spoiled for you, yeah?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
So Goichi won again.
He won again! So within the space of, a month and a half, he's made himself £3 million playing this fucking game.
He's also won King of Fighters at Evo, like, quite a few times.
King of Fighters is also by SNK. It's a game in side... Well, I don't want to say... This is a side series of that.
Yeah.
Goichi won again. I did watch the finals, and it was fucking incredible.
Yeah,
who's the guy that he beat?
Goichi versus ET, and ET's incredible as well. He's also like a veteran, SNK veteran as well. I mean, the last game, the very last game. I mean, all of the games, I watched nearly all of it. But this last game, I mean, people like in the crowd like were going wild, innit? Did you see?
I mean, it was.
Like the way, like just the amount of dedication, the way they were fighting. I mean, you know.
But it was one of those where like the competition was so stiff, especially because it's one of those games where it's only people that are passionate about it play it clearly, right?
Yeah.
That's how SNK has always been, and it's a very, because of its less flashy looks, I would say, it's a very, very fun game to watch being played, and it was great. But that was a good match, and so Goichi's like obviously a fucking legend, and it was a very, very, and like you say, everyone was so hyped for it, and I guarantee you
even the pools were crazy.
But there has to be people in that audience at Evo that don't play the game that were there to watch it, right?
Yeah, and they were going, so all the crowd was going wild.
So anyway, listeners, our plan has been to play this tournament in August, which is now, but in a couple of weeks we're going to be playing, competing, and because the game was slowly dying and players were leaving by the dozen every fucking day and we can't even get a fucking game, we were going to leave the game, right? But Evo happens. Goichi wins, right? It's one of the most hyped fucking things ever. Cracking final match. I didn't watch the rest of it, but then suddenly Ken Masters bams into the game, right? At the exact same time, because Evo was on, Steam and indeed PlayStation 5 did a fighting game sale. Suddenly, Fatal Fury is affordable in the poorer countries where it tends to do better, like Brazil. We also noticed a lot of Saudi players entering after the tournament in Saudi Arabia. Not a massive amount, but a few, right?
Yeah.
And then Ken gets bammed in one of the best releases for the game yet, where it's just like, he's in the game now, go and play. Suddenly, people are playing the fucking game.
Yeah.
We're back.
So
it's been redeemed.
So we're not leaving.
Yes. I get to play my favourite game still. I'm so happy. Yeah. Oh, mate, what a day!
I mean, the whole of the Evo was absolutely cracking. Like I said, I watched a couple of other tournaments. I mean, I didn't get to watch Street Fighter 6, but I watched the final. Menardi.
Who won?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
As Blanca. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I thought, but is Blanca good now then?
I mean, he's always been top tier in this game, isn't it?
For real?
Yeah.
I always thought he was low tier. I don't know, but anyway, yeah. So it was a fucking exciting day for people that are passionate about this game, because it was just like, mate, the last few days, it's been the best time of my entire life. Because we've been getting games consistently. I've been ranking up like a mad cunt. It's been amazing.
I've been slapping Kens about.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of people.
Noobs, like rookies are now actually rookies.
New people are coming to the game because it's affordable. The character that people love is in the fucking game, and also the most hype 2 tournaments ever have just happened, and people are
like
back.
The best tournament in a series of the best tournaments for each game ever.
Exactly, right? Incredible. I mean, it's amazing. Obviously, a lot of people have come to the game and they have picked Ken. Or, it's a lot of people trying him out, right?
Yeah.
So the last few days have been us more or less slapping Kens about. Now, I'll tell you what, I've had a bit of trouble because we've played so much of this game and we played so much against basically the main characters people use, right? I'm not going to say I kill every Terry I come up against, but I've played a lot of Terrys and I know how he works, right?
Yeah, same.
And there are some characters, say for example, like I don't see often, like Gato or what's that fucking bald-headed guy?
Oh, what is his name? It's like Krang or something.
It's like Krang or something. Anyway, that geezer. There's some characters that you play against that are just kind of shit that you can...
Vox.
Vox, that's it. That you can just beat, right? I don't play them very often, but they're shit enough that you can beat them. So now it's like I kind of know the game so well, but when Ken joined, it's kind of like... It's weird because it's mixed stuff up in a certain way. Like, I got really, really used to fighting... Was it Rock Howard when he got put into the game?
Yeah.
No. And...
Oh, you mean Andy?
Andy, right, when he got put into the game. And now Ken sort of threw me for a loop because he's very unique in comparison to the other characters, right? And I was facing up against him. And for a couple of games, people were using him in ways I really wasn't used to. And I got beaten by a couple of people that were 5 or fewer ranks below me, right? But then after a while, I'm getting used to him now. And that's a good thing. Like, I like that so many people are playing him because that's who I want to be fighting against at the moment because I need to get used to fighting him, right?
I think we're going to face a lot of them in Birmingham.
100%. That was my exact thought because he's a very good classic fighting game character, right? And I mean that in the way that he plays in this game is very classic. So I was like, yeah, I reckon there's going to mainly... be like mostly Ken's there.
And this tournament's going to be a lot more stacked now because of the.
It might be. When do sign-ups end though? Because we've only got 2 weeks.
It'd be the end. Oh yeah, it might have ended.
But the last count when I looked, because they've already done brackets, they've already done the schedule, so it must be. But there's 42 players. But I reckon
that's good.
I reckon a lot of them will be Ken's. Yeah. And I'm worried about that. But it's good because right now you can go on there and more or less every match is going to be against Ken. So I'm getting some good practice in. The one thing that I think is bad about the way he's been done in this game is his fireball is too slow. I think it's consistent with Street Fighter, but I think that in comparison to, say, Marco, who's the same fighting style, just a different character, I don't know if he's as good.
I don't know either. I mean, I think he is. I mean,
to me,
he has
all right,
a lot of
I'm just going to say
potential.
he seems... Marco, the character you're playing, is a Shoto character, right? And he is more execution heavy than Ken.
Yeah, he
but
is, yeah.
in a lot of ways is better. Ken is, to me, strikes me as being much easier to use, but I don't know where the skill ceiling is. I'm not saying that I don't think that he's low tier. I'm just saying I don't know at this moment.
Yeah.
But like Marco's viable for zoning purposes is way better than Ken's, and I've noticed that there's a lot of moments during the commonly used combos with Ken that you can break into it and DP them, or
Yeah, definitely.
or sweep them, right? I've noticed that a lot. So, but it's probably just that people are refining the way that they're going to play him, right? I don't know. But anyway,
I think so.
yeah, I'm just pleased, man. It's good. We're back. The game is playable. Anyway, is that all we got to say on Fatal Fury for now?
Yeah, if you see us at VS Fighting,
Come and say hi. Yes.
no, it's not that important. Go on.
No, go on.
No, I was gonna say, the dude. I mean, it was pretty surreal moment because at the tournament in Saudi Arabia, the guy who was the announcer for it, he runs the Street Fighter 6 tournaments at the Red Bull Gaming.
Yes,
School.
you met him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was doing.
He was doing that. It was weird.
Was he doing the commentary or was he a pundit?
He was doing the commentary. He must have done some arranging as well because it's kind of his passion, really. You know.
I've got to be honest though. The commentary did strike me as being slightly amateur.
I mean, every time I've gone to these tournaments, someone else is always doing that.
The English guy was all right.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, but it was the Mexican fella, man. He was so awkward. I think he was nervous, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it was just funny because he would sometimes say things like out of nowhere that were like a bit cringe and weird, and you could tell he knew they were cringe and weird. Like he was, you know, when a commentator's trying to fill time,
Yeah,
and when they cut to the audience, and it would like, for example, Terry, what's the emblem on the back of his coat in the game? It's an eagle, isn't it, or something, right? And there was a bit where they cut to the. I won't do an accent, although it did make it ever so slightly funnier. I'm sorry, I know that's racist, but we're mixed race, so don't worry about it. But there was a point where he was like talking about somebody playing Terry, right? And he was like, you know, usually this guy, he plays Terry. He's the eagle that soars. And you just notice him like clam up for a bit. It's like, why have you said that, bruv? Oh, it's fucking weird. Yeah, funny as shit though, man. And to be honest, I think he was nervous. It was probably the biggest job he's ever had.
I reckon so.
Yeah, cracking stuff, mate. It's been absolutely thrilling, but we should move on. One of the things that I wanted to talk about... No, I'll save that for later. Sean, you've been playing new Shinobi game.
I haven't played that.
You fucking idiot.
I'm sorry.
So this is it, right? I was talking...
quite busy
Shut up.
today, but I do want to talk about the next one I've got.
The next Shinobi, yeah. We'll get to that in a couple of years when a new Shinobi... No, look, I said to Sean this week, I was like, this podcast is going to suck. We've only been playing, watching, and talking about Fatal Fury.
Can we talk about the next game?
We will in a minute, right? But Sean said to me, he's like, don't worry about it. I've got the new Shinobi. I'm going to play that. And I said, well, I've been playing ESP Psi, so we've each got something a bit different, right?
Yeah, I have actually got something different.
Yeah, you have. But why did you put new Shinobi in the document? Anyway, right.
I was going to play it, but I was quite busy today.
Okay,
so.
Final Vendetta.
All right, let's go. So, so Streets of Rage 4, I mean, you know, that came out. I mean...
Let's not use this as an opportunity to rag on Streets of Rage 4. It's a beloved game. I like it.
I've just said Streets of Rage 4.
I know.
Okay.
Talk about Final Vendetta.
I am talking about it. So
Streets of Rage 4 came out.
So
it was a disappointment to all.
I did enjoy it. I loved it, but
It's a one-play kind of game.
It's for me a one-play kind of game. I know people have like opened it up and stuff like that. Final Vendetta. I don't know why it took me so long to play this game. Because
Vendetta is one of our favourite arcade games of all time. 4-player beat 'em up that is ridiculous, silly, and brilliant.
Yeah, funnily enough, we mentioned it earlier as well. But yeah, so a lot of people compare it to that. I mean, it's not that. I mean, but it's
Well, just because it's a beat 'em up that came around a similar time.
yeah, but well, no, I mean, Final Vendetta came out in 2022,
When did Street Fighter 4 come out?
2020. Oh well,
So
no.
close together.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that. It was more like because the way Streets of Rage 4 is structured, it's sort of, you know, if you die and lose all your continues, you can continue from the next chapter.
I fucking hate that shit.
Final Vendetta is like a classic style beat 'em up. It looks.
Wait, but
like,
is it an arcade game? Do you play it from start to finish, no continues?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you got 5 lives. There's
Yes.
opportunity to get. Yeah, that's what I thought. You got opportunities to get more lives. It's got a classic sort of look to it, but with like modern sort of polish.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so you got like really nice sound. The soundtrack's banging. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to hype you up here.
You got like so you got like classic sort of levels as well. You go through slums in the first one. You got weapons like cricket bats, swords,
Right, now, Sean, swords, knives. Sean, now if I may, what is Vendetta? Sean, I know you're trying, man, but what is Vendetta? It's a classic style beat 'em up. What's the setting? Who do you play as?
Vendetta is a game from 1992. Final Vendetta is a game from 2022.
There is a sequel to the first one.
No, it's not a sequel.
It's a remake.
No, it's just.
What is it then?
It's an original game. So they've obviously taken Final Fight and Vendetta and put those together.
Oh, so it's both?
Yeah, so it's a tribute.
Oh, right. Okay, so, it's an indie game paying tribute to Final Fight and Vendetta.
Yes, but it's really like the best one, probably. I mean, I was getting to that, but
No, but Sean, you were talking about knives, guns, bats.
yeah, I was.
No, right,
yeah.
you got to.
I'm talking about classic beat 'em ups here.
No, but
man.
now you've all right, right. But now you've said that. Now I know. Right, this is good. Right, so you got the classic style beat 'em up stages. Because I thought this was a new Vendetta game.
No. So a lot of people think that, but it's not.
Is it 4 players?
It's 2-player.
Oh,
You got to start with three characters. You got 3 characters. So you got your big strong guy, you got
Nice.
your quick lady, and you got your sort of medium sort of guy. And it's really cool because the graphics are sort of old style but modern polish. You know, you got different weapons. You know, you get given 5 lives. You got to go through all these classic scenarios. It's really difficult, and you got like nice unlocks. You got like you start on hard mode, and then you unlock. You got to get through that on 5 lives. But you got all these different moves, so you can run, you can stomp as well if you press like the Y button. You got like 3 different throws, super moves. That's
oh
one.
yeah. So I'm looking at the
And the soundtrack.
the
Did I
artwork.
mention the soundtrack?
So I'm looking at the Steam page, right?
Oh, the artwork as well.
Well, this is what I'm looking at here. What it looks like is, you know, that the old games that used obviously pixels, right? But one of the things is that they knew that the way CRTs worked would sort of smooth it out.
Yeah.
It looks like that what you remember these games looking like
Yeah,
the smooth.
it does.
It's a really nice looking game. But yeah, you got supers. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So you got like you got all different kinds of moves. So it sort of gives you the basics and says, all right, explore. You got like, so you fill up your super bar. You can do like super moves, stuff like that.
Listen, knobhead. If I want to have a swim in my own bin on the hottest day that we've ever had in England, then I'm entitled to do so. You to stop me. You've got nothing to say now, have you?
I mean, there's been quite a lot of those kind of games like Shredder's Revenge. You got
Scott Pilgrim.
You got Scott Pilgrim's a good example.
But those are fun beat 'em ups. But the challenge really in like you say with Streets of Rage 4, I can see why you made the comparison now, because it has, you just continue from where you left off on each new level. And it's like, getting through one level was never the challenge. It was about managing resources and trying to get through the entire game, knowing where the one-ups are, knowing when you get the point bonuses to get one-ups, and this, that, and the other.
And this is why this game is perfect, because it does all that really well. I can imagine it being a really good sort of two-player experience in that way, where you sort of work together and synergize. Last time we saw that was Streets of Fury.
I'm playing the trailer again. Sorry, I was trying to. I'm literally trying to buy it on Steam. I'm sorry.
Is it £5 still?
£5.62, man.
Yeah.
That is an absolute fucking bargain. So it's down from $22.49. Sean, I've been looking. I've been looking for a new for a beat 'em up to play, and literally I played Street Rage 4 and I bounced off it so hard. I like classic arcade games.
It'll take you about 5 minutes to get into this. You'll be like, oh wait, you can do this and this. Oh, you got like 5 lives. Oh man.
Because you know what? Do you know what annoys me? Right? Is that the classic arcade beat 'em ups? How long are they? About half an hour?
Yeah.
Like, why is it such a fucking... Why do you need to continue again from the beginning of each level? I get that Scott Pilgrim is going for something more akin to, say, River City Ransom. But why is Shredder's Revenge not just one continuous thing? Like, Scott Pilgrim has an arcade mode in it, but you need to finish the entire game first? And I'm like, fuck that. Just let me play it how... I don't know, man. This looks fucking great. I'm buying it right now.
Yeah, it's perfect. Oh, nice, yeah. This is the best beat 'em up to come out. It's probably since Streets of Rage
for about 20 years.
Yeah.
Yes, mate. Well, good. All right, so that was Final Vendetta. So you actually have played something different. Well done.
It was great.
You bought us both a little gift. So we made a little pact with Fatal Fury because at the time when we said this, there were no players playing it, right? And the only experience Sean and I were having playing the game was against each other, and we thought that wasn't helpful for the tournament. So we made a pact not to play against each other. So you bought us a little game to play tomorrow night.
Yeah, I did want to talk about it tonight, but I'm excited to play this with you tomorrow because it seems like our type of thing where we're going to be like shouting and laughing and stuff.
Right, so say the name in a way that will sound cool with the music then bamming in.
Fling to the finish.
Cringe. So what is this then? So you bought us Fling to the finish.
I guess you could say it's a bit. I mean, it's all that theme like it's a bit like Chained Together, but it's like racing. And instead of a chain, you're elastic, so you can use that to your advantage. So it's like yeah.
Oh, so you can sort of fling yourself a bit like.
So you cooperate. It's like. Sort of mess. Yeah, it's a bit like Monkey Ball, but with the tether.
I was trying to get through one fucking episode without mentioning Ape Escape. There we are again. That's the obligatory Ape Escape.
But when did I mention?
Oh, not Monkey Ball. Oh, sorry. I thought you were... Sorry. Never mind.
Yeah, no.
I've made a fool of myself.
No, that's fine.
No, it's a bit like Monkey Ball, but you're an elastic thing and you fling yourself across the stage, right?
And apparently it's a really, really good co-op game. It goes on sale quite often for £3. That's what I bought it for Harrison and I.
Yeah, I like these types of sort of budget co-op games that have been on the rise on Steam. They're a lot of fun. It's just like a fun concept. And like that's what I liked about Chained Together. I know it was made as sort of a YouTube fodder type game, but actually it's a very fun game with cool custom levels in it, and it's really, really good to bash out every now and then.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but you haven't played it yet?
Not yet, no.
Cool.
I mean, because it's more of a two-player experience.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, well, we'll get on that tomorrow night, and there'll be more next episode. But obviously the next thing that's going to come out on this channel will be the documentary about VS Fighting. All right, well, that is it for What's Your Game? Shall we do our items?
Yeah.
Right, Sean, you don't want to do yours, I can tell, because it's getting late.
I'll do.
All right, shall I do mine first?
No, I'll do mine first.
All right.
Can I go to, like, after this, can we have a break there? And then we'll
Yes. Okay, so these are our radio style items. This is Sean's one. This is Get Lucky. What you got for me, bruv?
Go home and be a family man.
So this is the item.
Yeah, so you have to guess, because so you have to guess the win quotes from characters from fighting games.
So you're going to tell me the win quote. I have to guess the character.
Yeah, only the character though.
Okay, all right,
You
I've
don't
got
have
it.
to guess all right. This one we'll start easy. You must defeat Sheng Long to stand a chance.
See, the thing is, I know who that is. Is it Ryu?
Yeah.
All right, good. Got it. That's from Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Yeah. Close bracket. Jaguar noises. Close bracket.
King from Tekken?
Yeah.
Yes.
My dad could beat you and he's dead.
That's I feel like if I thought about it long enough, I could get that one. So it's a character who has a dead dad from a fighting game. Whose character's got a dead dad? I feel like I'm going to feel like an idiot if I hold on. Who's the little Native American girl from Street Fighter 6?
Lily. I mean, her dad's very much still alive, though. Isn't it?
Well, thanks for. All right, well, that's not my guess then. Whose dad died, man? Fuck.
If you're going to kick yourself when you realise who's dead.
I know I am.
I'll give you one hint. His dad's actually still alive.
No. Because my mind immediately went to Heihachi.
But he doesn't know that his dad's still alive.
Oh, tell you what.
You can forfeit, but
I'm not fucking forfeiting, man. You've always got to put a guess in there. Thinks his dad's dead. Dad's alive. Liu Kang, Mortal Kombat.
no, it's Dan Hibiki from Street.
My first fucking thought in my head.
Because Akuma's his dad.
Literally, the first thing I thought was Dan, and I was like, I don't know. Yeah, that's terrible. All right,
Sorry,
next.
Wubba, wubba, I'm in the pink today, boy.
Wubba wubba, I'm in the pink today, boy. So it's got to be some sort of pervert character.
No, it's a mistranslation.
Oh, right. That one's very, very, very difficult. Morrigan from Darkstalkers.
No, it's Terry Bogard in Fatal Fury.
Oh, he's the king of the fucking mistranslations. I should have got that. Anyway, next.
Stupid people can believe in anything, so you can believe in yourself. This one is...
Don't.
Okay, alright.
M. Bison.
One more? Do you want one more?
Stupid people can believe in it. No, I know.
It's a Capcom-made game.
I recognise the character. Stupid people can believe in anything, so you believe in yourself. It's a Capcom game. That means it's not Street Fighter. Therefore, it's got to be not Darkstalkers, not Street Fighter. Right, Darkstalkers then, because Sean's no, so it's not Street Fighter. It is no. Okay, I'm just gauging Sean's reactions here. His face says 1,000 words. What's another Capcom fucking fighting game? I cannot think of one. Give me a Capcom fighting game. Preferably the one that can in this game.
It's just literally after the ones you've listed. It's this one, isn't it? But yeah.
So Darkstalkers, Street Fighter, and the other Capcom fighting game is the following game, which I know. Oh! Marvel versus Capcom. So it is stupid people can believe in yourself. Therefore, Doctor Doom from Marvel versus Capcom.
Close enough. Joseph Joestar.
Oh, of course! I forgot that Capcom made that game.
Yeah.
So the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting game.
Yeah.
That's the type of thing he would say.
Yeah, it is.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot that they made that game.
You probably won't get this one, but because it's a bit out of character. But defeating you takes less effort than smacking a baby. Not that I'd ever do that.
Chun-Li.
No. Akuma from SNK versus Capcom.
Yeah, that is out of character, isn't it? It seems like SNK wrote that badly.
They would have done, yeah. Mistranslation again. Oh, I think you'll get this one. You'll recognise this almost straight away. When I was a kid, I used to go to the movies all the time. I totally dug all the kung fu action flicks. I mean, I was practically obsessed. So I started taking all of these martial arts correspondence courses. Then I rode my hog all around China, picking up skills.
God. So there's a character in Tekken that rides a bike.
But there's only one character that does really long wind quotes. If you used to hate it back in the day as well.
To be honest, man, it's like I pay so little. We'll do that gesture again that you just did. What? So it's a fat character. Sean's rolling his eyes. Why are you trying to help me?
I'm
Right, so it's a fat character in a fighting game.
one of the worst.
No, I know it. Rufus.
Yeah.
Yes! From Street Fighter 5 and 4. 4, okay. Nice!
I don't care how much catnip you have. I'm not getting in your car with you.
Is that a win quote specifically talking to that cat character from Darkstalkers?
I mean...
It's the cat character from Darkstalkers,
Yeah.
whose name I can't remember. Wait a minute. It's not Hisenko, it is... But I've got it right. Yeah, I know the character who it is. What's her name?
Felicia.
Felicia, that's it.
See, I thought I'm better.
What the fuck? Dan? No. Dan?
No.
Dan! How many of these have you got, Sean?
2 more after this.
Okay, go on.
See, I thought I'm better.
That was the same as the last one.
I know, but I thought you'd try and get it.
Who was the last one?
What's that?
Who was the last one?
Felicia, and then this one.
See, I'm thought. I already said. I already got this one wrong. I said Dan.
Oh, Lion from Virtua Fighter.
Oh,
And I thought that's one I thought you would get.
I just pay so little attention to them. Some of them have just obviously seeped in. Go on, next one.
You have speed, but I have this big steel ball. That's a bit of a giveaway, isn't it?
It is the geezer with a steel ball from Samurai Showdown.
No, well, I mean, yeah, it is, isn't it? No, I mean, he's from King of Fighters, isn't it?
No, he's in Samurai Showdown first, man.
Is he also in Showdown?
Yeah. That's why he's in King of Fighters because
Yeah, Chang from...
Chang. Okay, I don't know his
Yeah,
name.
you did.
But
You did do... Yeah. Die, like your father, you pin-headed son of... You pin-headed son of an ice cream maker. It's another...
Rock Howard.
That's pretty close, actually. Geese Howard.
Geese Howard. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I tried my best.
You did well, though, man.
I did all right. All right. Well, that was a good segment, man. It's
cheers.
difficult for me because do you know one of the things, ladies and gentlemen, is when we play Fatal Fury, Sean watches the fucking win quotes, and I'm always getting. The other day, Sean records. In fact, I'm going to use it as a jingle right now. Cunt. But Sean records our games, and there's one of him beating me recently, and I get really annoyed and go, cunt! But there was one the other day where I was like, Sean, just get the fucking win quote! Like this, I was getting so annoyed. Anyway, good segment, man. I really enjoyed that one. It was very funny.
Cheers.
I'm going to do my one now. Right, so this is going wild. A bit of background here. There was a Japanese baseball game in 1995. The EA game MLBPA Baseball for the Super Nintendo was ported to the Japanese Super Famicom system. The Japanese publisher had no contracts with any of the US baseball teams, so instead they had to make up some American names. As a result, a screenshot for this game featuring a full list of names have been semi-recently circulated, and all of them are fucking mental. I think the game, when it got ported to Japan, was called Fighting Baseball. But 2 examples of names from this list. So this is the Japanese port. They made up American names. 2 examples. Sleeve McDykel and Bobson Dugnutt. So today I've devised the quiz. I've got 10 names here. And you have to guess if they came from Fighting Baseball or if I've made them up. So the game is called Fighting, as in it's from Fighting Baseball, or Shiting, as in I've made it up.
Nice.
Okay, so number 1, Dwigged Rorchical. Is that from...
That's made up.
No, that was genuinely in the game. That was a made-up American name by a Japanese company. The second one, Thomson Ferdinand.
No, that's in the game.
That's a made-up one. I made that one up.
Well, that sounds like it's in the game, man.
Number 3, Ardle Briston.
That's in the game.
No, that was made up as well. Wrong. So you've got 0 points so far. I've got 10 of these, by the way. Number 4, Mario McCrulwayne.
That's not in the game.
That's in the game. Wrong
What?
again. That was one of the ones. This is what they think American names sound like. Number 5, Dean Wesry.
Yeah, that's in.
Yeah, 1 point. All right,
Nice.
Dean Wesry. That was one that was in the game.
All right.
Tony Smethrick.
That's definitely one you made up. isn't
No,
it?
that was in the game as well, man. 1 point so far. 7, Errol Rarison.
fake.
Yep, correct. So that's 2 points so far. That was one I made up. Number 8, Todo Gonzalez.
Made up.
No, that was in the game, so 2 points so far. 9, Jerome Gride.
That's in.
That's in. That's a point, right? So that was actually one from the game. And the final one, number 10, Farkle Borsch.
No, that's definitely...
Yeah, I made that one up. Yeah, Farkle. Yeah, so apparently what they did is they took real American names and just moved letters around. So that's how they come up with them. So that's all I did. So Errol Rarison. Yeah, but anyway, it's a great image. We once played a tabletop RPG called Deadlands set in America, and we just used names from that. And I think we actually had a character at the table called Bobson Dugnutt and Sleeve McDykel. But yeah, I just think my absolute favourite has got to be Dwigged Rorchigal.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that did sound like something you sort of made up a bit, but yeah.
All right, Sean, you want to go for a break, so we'll take a little break, and then we will do the mail and then close out the show. Fucking hell, it's been a long one. Sorry. Actually, I'm not fucking sorry.
Yeah,
Sean, I noticed on that last segment your energy was a bit low, so let's bring it back up. All right.
It's more chilled, really, more than anything.
No, this isn't a chill podcast, mate. It's high energy all the time. Right, the Maelstrom. We've got a couple of questions in. Fucking Northerner, he says, best Smash game.
Uh,
Sean, do talk. I've walked away from the mic. It doesn't mean you just stop speaking. You just draw the curtains because I don't want moths to come in.
But
It's a tough one,
I want to
innit?
talk to you about this though, because
Yeah, I'm here. I couldn't hear you when I'm over the other side of the fucking room.
No, but
No, sorry. I got very, very aggressive there. Sorry.
No,
I've had one bit.
But you know, I mean, content-wise, I'd say like Brawl's probably the best, but it's the worst mechanically. I mean, I'd say Ultimate is probably the best one, isn't it?
Ultimate's got to be the best one because it's got every character, every stage in it, right? But
mechanically, probably Melee, but then again,
Melee,
you have to grind for that.
I tell you what, though, the trouble with Melee is that it is mechanically dense and is as a game that is had an audience playing it for so many years, especially with the advent of lots of modders making it easier to play on PC, right?
Yeah.
And it is the most mechanically best, tightest game. But it also has such a strict fucking meta to it, to where if you're not playing Fox, you're not really playing the fucking game. And so many characters have to be banned because they're broken, right? To the point where I just think it's got too much of a small meta. So many of those characters do not get used in competitive play.
Yeah, I mean,
The main standard format is all Fox.
Whereas Ultimate, you see quite a few characters like Kazuya and Terry and
Yeah, I mean,
Steve. Steve's been banned.
As a celebration of gaming, I like Ultimate a lot and respect it a lot.
And the mechanics are good. I
If
mean,
I
you've
was
got
to
the
look-
parry mechanic. That's a good one.
But let's be honest. If I was to look back on okay, the best one is his question, and it's Ultimate, isn't it?
It is Ultimate. I mean, over here, it's the most sort of played fighting game, and there's tournaments going on all the time. So I reckon when the next Smash comes out, I'm getting in on ground floor and playing that.
I think it's very surprising that they didn't launch with a day one Switch 2 upgrade like they did with a couple of other games.
I was expecting that.
It's weird, isn't it? I mean, it should have been one of the ones, because you know there's some that you could get the Switch 2 upgrade for like a tenner, and the Tears of the Kingdom one looked kind of cool. There's like a new phone app. The game runs better, this, that, and the other, right? That should have been one of the day one ones. I would say, though, if I was looking back, I know this wasn't part of his question, but if I was looking back at the one I enjoyed the most, and the one I had the fondest memories with, it's got to be Brawl.
I put the most hours into Brawl or Smash 4.
Because I tell you what I loved about Brawl was, Snake was in it, right? That was a big deal.
He was in Ultimate as well, though.
No, I know he's in Ultimate, but he's got the reduced arse because they made his arse flat because it was too sexual, despite having Bayonetta in the same fucking game. Because Kojima, look, it doesn't matter, but Kojima is probably gay, right?
He's an arse man.
And he's an arse man, right? He absolutely is. or at least bisexual. Anyway, the point is
Because
that
Sniper Wolf, she had a lot.
and Quiet, where he's made a character that is specifically made to be naked, and we'll get to that in a minute. But no, Brawl, I have fond memories with, right? Because there was, if you can believe such a fucking thing, there was a point where me, you, James Clark, who people who are familiar with our work might know from our other podcast, and our good friend Cleve, right? We all decided at the same time, look, we're nerds, we're getting beaten up out there, we're getting pushed around, and we're sick of it. And we decided to go to the gym, didn't we? And about 2 weeks into us going weekly to the gym, Brawl came out, and do you remember that we kept on the quickness, the whiplash between us being at the gym and us making an excuse to go home to play Smash Brothers Brawl was so quick, and I loved it, especially because this is a dumb thing to say, and no, it won't mean anything to anyone, but my mate Cleve, he's always been a PC gamer and a big sort of PC Master Race fella, right? But even he respected the fuck out of Smash Brothers Brawl. And it was like, and also him and James they weren't really mates. But all four of us would get together once a week and we'd play it, and it was the fucking best. And one of the funniest things that came out around that time was that we got it early because we got an American copy because it came out early, right?
Yeah. And so X Electrical RIP after the riots in Croydon was no longer, but
it was a local game selling store that just had tons of retro shit and tons of rare games and modded things, and I got my first ever PSP from there. I got the white PSP
in a suitcase.
A year before it was available in England. One of the employees of X Electrical sold me it out of a suitcase.
Yeah, it was under the table in a suitcase. It was I
still to this day have a Japanese PSP.
Yeah, and similar deal for this. He's like, all right, yeah, just don't tell anyone.
Yeah. So and they would often sell you games before Street Day as well. So if their company had got it in, go there, pay an extra tenner, and you'll get it a day before. Did that with Animal Crossing, the 3DS one. I can't remember what it was called. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we got it like a month before everyone else. The thing is as well, we had to use a third-party CD for the Wii. What was it called?
I can't remember, but
it was bootloader.
Yeah, it was a bootloader. Yeah,
bootloader, right? And the bootloader, what it would do was change the BIOS for your Wii system so that it would think it was American. And then what happened is that Nintendo patched the Wii so that it could no longer the bootloaders wouldn't work, right? So what ended up happening was we were like, okay, well,
it bricked it so you wouldn't be able to play your Wii, but we could only play Brawl.
So what we did is we immediately switched our Wii to being offline only, right? Like just disconnected it from the internet so we could still use the bootloader and still play Smash. And we ended up with two Wiis, one of which was exclusively a non-updated one that we used only for Smash, and we called it the Brawl Wii. And it was so funny, man. And it was such a special thing to have it a month before everyone else, and also all of us guys just playing it once a week in a time where I barely hung out with you. I didn't see James that much. I barely saw Cleve, but yet once a week we would get together and all four of us just play Smash non-stop, and it was fucking brilliant. And the funny thing is, we'd go to the gym, we'd be like there for half an hour, I'd be like, I'm feeling a bit tired, like, do you want to go home? And like, then all the way back home, we'd be talking about theory about Brawl, and we'd play for 4 fucking hours. We could have been at the gym getting fit, but we were playing Brawl, and it was a really special time and a lot of fun.
But I will say, I mean, probably Smash 64 doesn't get enough praise, I don't think. I mean, the way it looked and like the way, hits connected.
Yeah, but this is it, because they had the impact frames that I feel were lessened on Melee, which gave the feel of Melee. It just felt a lot more floaty. And the original Smash, okay, it's not the best competitive game, but like the hits and the sounds and the impact frames, they made everything feel really fucking amazing. And I absolutely love Smash 64. Between Brawl and Smash 64 for me. I also, speaking of X Electrical, right? Our mate, he's not our mate, he's a guy we dislike now, but a guy that we knew at the time. He had an N64 that he didn't use, right? And he wanted to go and trade it into X Electrical and get some cash, right? So he said, right, I'm taking this to electrical. I'm going to give it give all of these things in. Is there anything you want? Sean goes, yeah, can I have Smash? So we got it for our N64. And we got there, and we went with him. I don't know why we did this, but we went with him. And he took his N64 in, and the guy was, he was expecting to get like about 100 quid, right? Probably amounted to about 15 quid. Guy was like, I'll give you a tenner for the console, £1 for Mission Impossible, £1 for GoldenEye, like very, very common games. And at that time, at that exact moment, he'd already given you Smash Brothers. It was at our house. We were in a different county. He was trading in his N64. So it's not as if we could have just given it back to him there on the spot. But he goes, what about if I had Smash Brothers? And the guy behind the counter went, oh, now you're talking. I mean, we give you 45 quid for that one. And we already had it. He was so disappointed.
To be fair, he paid for a lot of enjoyment around our house playing it.
Well, there you go. He still played it all the time, didn't he? But yeah, that's the answer to that one. Great question, by the way, fucking Northerner. Dr. Mumson, he says, what is the best Metal Gear Solid game in your opinion?
2.
2. Next question. Okay, look. We won't go too deep on this, but 2 is my absolute favourite because I think that Sean and I are very, very cynical people, and I believe that the future predictions made by Hideo Kojima's absolutely absurd level of research were on point, very poignant, and I thought that the message of the game was something that resonated with me even now, 25 years later.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I still play the ending in my head a lot. To be fair, it was something really... I mean, I was starting to... it really just opened my eyes to everything in life and taught me to question things.
And look,
not only that,
it sounds pretentious saying that, but it did. Right?
Yeah,
the actual ending message of the game was deep, right? Okay, it might have been a bit edgelordy, but it did have something to say that was genuinely thought-provoking.
But you could really just enjoy it as an action thing and a romance thing as well. And also just the game itself.
The game itself is like... people don't think about it like this, but it was sandboxy.
Yeah,
because every single room could be a playground in that game to where you could fuck with the guards in interesting ways and things like this. And yeah, MGS3 had that, but it was a bit more linear than 2. 2 was more... From Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake for the MSX, it's kind of disguised, but those games were Metroidvanias, right? You're collecting keycards, you're going back to previous areas, and Metal Gear Solid 2 is really the last one that still was a Metroidvania. You revisited areas of the plant over and over again, and got familiar with them and began to play with the environment and do funny things with it. You could deliver yourself, and this is a hangover from the MSX one, but you could deliver yourself to different parts of the plant by getting in different boxes. You could fuck with the guards in interesting ways.
I mean, a couple of funny things was, when you have to take the photos, when you have to take the photos of Metal Gear to show to Otacon. Then you just take all these pictures. And there's a general talking up on the stage, and it's just like, I played the game so much, I took a picture of him, and so he took a picture of the general. Oh, he does look handsome, but get to the point,
Yeah, but also like that whole segment, the ways in which you could fuck with there's basically, you've got to take pictures of this experimental weapon, Metal Gear, that is being demonstrated to the US Army, right? And you have to stealthy way and take pictures, stealthy way back and send them to Otacon. But the ways in which you could fuck with the guards, like you could go and change the projector, turn off the projector. You could take pictures of weird things and see Otacon's reactions.
I used to like choking out one guy and then a group of guys wondering what's going on.
Yeah, like you could go to the back of the crowd of military men, choke one guy out, and then eventually some other people will realise and you'll be miles away taking a picture of them. I mean, just the whole thing was a fucking playground, especially if you played it as many times as I did. Like, it was back in the day when we didn't have any money, so it was like, I still don't, but... The point is, I played it so many times because one of the things you could do was collect all the dog tags, right? If you held up a guard and you told them to give you all their shit, they would drop a dog tag. And if you collected enough, you'd get the stealth camo. And even when you got that, like, basically you were invisible, but you could fuck with guards in interesting ways with that. Like, you pick up a dead guard and just float him around the room for a little bit and see how other people react, thinking they've just seen a zombie. It's like, It's wild. The whole game was a playground. The message was amazing. I don't know, it's not very funny, but it was it's just a standout game. And That is in a game like every single game in that fucking series is one of my favourite games of all time.
I like all the silly little Easter eggs. Like if you there's one locker with a picture of like a woman in a bikini on it, and if you hide in that locker and then go on the radio,
And call Otacon. He's like, Snake, what are you doing?
yeah, he's like,
Masturbating at a time like this.
yeah, he's like, quit fooling around, Snake.
Yeah, classic, man. One of the funny things is there was a weird hidden feature where you could hear characters' internal thoughts by pressing the analog sticks in during codec conversations.
Oh yeah.
And there was one where Snake, I can't remember who he's talking to, but he goes, "Moron."
Yeah.
Do you remember once you prank called me with a Solid Snake soundboard?
Yeah, no, that's like moron. Diarrhea.
So stupid. We were very young when that happened. But anyway,
Who's speaking? This is Snake.
Oh yeah. Look, this is really, really immature and shit. But if you can, there's a prank call where somebody uses one of those soundboards to call a gun shop, and it is so stupid and shouldn't be funny, but it is. He calls up a gun shop and he's like, "Where can I find the PSG-1?" It's like a mashup. And the guy's, anyway, it's very stupid. And the guy's like, "Well, we don't have anything like that." And he's like, "This isn't your first grade math class." Fucking dumb. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2, but do you know what? Like, Metal Gear Solid 3 is one of my favourite games of all time. They're so close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are.
And so many people hate 4. I think it was one of the most
don't
thrilling
understand.
conclusions to a series ever. I fucking loved it.
Maybe actually playing the game is not that great, to be honest. But
Mate, the only bad section is the Berlin section. That's the only bad bit where you have to follow that guy through the streets.
that's probably apart from,
It's the one I've played the least.
it does put me off thinking about that, to be honest.
But they're going to be re-releasing it soon, and I'm fucking hype. It's a cracking game, and I don't know, it's amazing, and it wraps up every character's story arc. Like, the fact that they brought Mei Ling back, it's like, who gives it? I did not even think about her since the first game, and it's like, what's she been up to? Oh, she's a commander of a navy now. Okay, cool.
And
Drebin
as well, and like made him into like a major player and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, Drebin. It's a cracking game. I loved it. But
Paramedic as well, like
people hate that game. I don't get it. I thought it was fucking amazing.
I didn't like Metal Gear Solid 5.
But you know the weird thing about that is but only because it's a bigger game. It's probably the Metal Gear game that I've got the most amount of hours in, and I don't even like it. I've finished it 3 fucking times.
It's just playing. To be fair,
look, the gameplay is good. That's a fact.
The story's terrible though. But
well, it's unfinished. It's unfinished.
Yeah, I don't consider.
Do you know what I fucking hate is all the Kojima stands and I am one, bear in mind, that come out and say it's because they were supposed to build the phantom pain of a game that wasn't there. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah,
it was just unfinished. He got sacked because he wired money into his own company to work for PlayStation when he should have been... Like people say, oh, Konami did him dirty there. It was his fault. Do you know how much was it? It was like 38 million he put into making a demo for PlayStation.
He's lucky he's not really in prison, so...
For real, yeah, because wasn't it like, I can't remember the whole story, but anyway, he siphoned money off that company, and people they treat him so badly, they stopped him from being able to receive internal emails, and it's like, bruv, if you know the full story, Kojima did it, he was a baddie in that situation, but to be fair, all he did was nick money from Konami. I'm alright with that. If I had the opportunity to nick money from Konami to make my dream project, I'd do the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. Considering they stopped making games a while ago.
Well, quite. No, they're making Metal Gear Solid Delta. Actually, do you know one of the big jokes for ages has been Konami making pachinko machines?
Yeah.
There's a YouTuber who I'm a massive fan of called Thor High Heels, and she just did a video. She bought the Metal Gear Solid 3 pachinko machine. Bought one from Japan and did a full review of it, and it is fascinating. It's really like a full breakdown of the machine. Anyway, last question. He comes in from Sid the Squid. He says, why haven't I ordered an RG505 yet? Now, we've been chatting to this geezer on the Discord, and by the way, you should join that, link in the description. He wants to play Final Fantasy Tactics. I get the impression he doesn't want to emulate on PC, which is fine, but he needs to buy an emulation device. Sid?
Why didn't he just do it on PC though, man? Like, if he's buying an emulation device, what's his worries?
I think it's more segmenting it mentally from the thing he uses for work, maybe.
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
And also having something you can play in bed. Just fucking order one, bruv. right? Don't get the RG505. It's not necessary. Get a Miyoo Mini. It's a smaller device, but if you want to play on your telly, I think it was, what was it, the Kink Hack? I can't remember, but I recommended him the box one that you plug into your TV.
Yeah, they should have more of those. Really, there's too many of the handhelds, and not
But I think
enough
it's called the Kinnick Hack or something like that. The one I mentioned to you on the Discord, mate. Get it. Seriously, you'll love it. I know you don't have that much time for games, but if you make a little time to take half an hour a day for yourself and play Final Fantasy Tactics, you're going to love it. But that is it for questions. Thank you so much, everyone, for sending them in. Really, really good questions. And with that, let's do the outro. And obviously, we've got sound test, the music segment coming up. So don't turn off your sets.
Your life literally is as valuable as a summer ant. I'm just gonna stump you. You're gonna keep coming back. I'm gonna seal up all my cracks. You're gonna keep coming back. Why? Because you keep smelling the syrup. You worthless bitch ass nigga. You're gonna stay on my dick until you die. You serve no purpose in life. Your purpose in life is to be in my stream sucking on my dick daily. Your purpose in life is to be in that chat blowing a dick daily. Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. You should kill yourself now.
So that was another episode, Sean. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good, man.
It was a good one. We've been recording for 3 hours.
Enjoyed it.
Hopefully I can cut some of that out. Anyway, if you want to get in contact with us, there is luckyandwildpodcast@gmail.com. Obviously, the Discord link is in the description as well. And we've launched the Patreon, which is patreon.com/luckyandwild.
Lots of tears. Get excited. It might force me to play more games.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's tiers for all sizes in there. Even if you don't want to donate, I would, if you could recommend this to a friend, because we're not doing promotion, we're not out there, on the streets promoting to the common man. So if you like the show, do tell a friend about it. That would be very, very helpful. That said, we've got one more segment for you. We're going to choose our song to play us out of the podcast here. We're going to pick a gaming soundtrack tune. Let's do the sound test.
Sound test.
Alright, so what I wanted to do with this one is I wanted to pick a modern game. We've done 2 songs where we have picked old games, and I wanted to do a modern one that I absolutely love, so I've picked a tune from Baldur's Gate 3. That's the proper pronunciation. Alright?
It's Baldur's Gate.
Right, everyone says Baldur's Gate, so let's just say Baldur's Gate 3, right? But speaking of pronunciation, the composer for this one is Borislav Slavov, right? And I wanted to pick a fellow Eastern European for this one. So he's my boy. He's from Bulgaria. He's the guy that did the music for Baldur's Gate 3. And look, there's a lot of fucking songs on this mega fucking massive game, because it's,
We will have to co-op this at some point, I think.
100%. Sean, you would love this game. When we picked our favourite games of all time and our 2 games that define us, this would have been my third. It's a masterpiece. And the music is one of the best things about it. Now, the thing I picked was... so there's so many songs that people love from this game, and the one I wanted to pick was the Harpies song. The reason that I picked this one is because it's an interesting one for a couple of reasons. First of all, so one of the first things you visit in the game, Sean, is this Druid's Grove, right? And in this grove, there is like a bunch of tiefling orphans that are there, and there's this musician that is making music to try and cheer them up, right? It's one of the side quests that you can do. And the song that she sings is absolutely amazing, right? But what's more interesting about this is there's a point in the game where you can go out of the grove and go down this sort of hill, and you hear this really beautiful song being played. And it's a bunch of harpies. So for those that don't know D&D or just, folklore or whatever, harpies are these weird sort of half bird, half woman creatures that lure you in by singing tantalizing songs. What's interesting is it's never said in the game at all. It's never even hinted at. But if you look at the map on Baldur's Gate, you can see that where the harpies are is at the bottom of the cliff where this woman in the Druid's Grove is playing her song. And the harpies song is in the same key as her song, meaning that what they were doing, noticing that all these little tiefling kids were going to this woman and enjoying her song, they're trying to mimic it, to lure them down the cliffs. And no, it's never mentioned in the game. It's just a really, really awesome point of lore that if you're paying psychotic amounts of attention, you would notice. And speaking of psychotic amounts of attention, one of the cool things about this Harpies song is not only is it, you think about it, it's literal monsters trying to imitate human music, right? To lure kids in to kill and eat. Is that the way the song is composed is that there's 3 singers, because I think it's 3 harpies, I can't remember. But there's 3 singers, and they're all ever so slightly out of time and sing in ways that are slightly unnatural and unhuman. And so if you were paying a lot of attention in the game, you would notice that. If you just sat and listened to the song, you go, that doesn't sound right, maybe I shouldn't go down there. But me playing the game for the first time, it's not as if it's mechanically done, it's just the composer, Borislav Slavov, he's just made a cracking tune that will entice people in. It's not as if the game goes, do a will save or they lure you in. It just goes, here's a really, really nice song that is intriguing and you're going to go down and listen to it. And therefore the Harpies have lured you in. And I just think that's an amazing piece of like diegetic audio that is made to lure players in simply by sounding good. I mean, that it's an incredible piece of music. But
just something maybe that Hideo Kojima would like, you know, talking about modern games.
He should play Baldur's Gate 3, man. He would love it.
Yeah, he would. Yeah.
It is a fucking masterpiece. And this song, just the lore behind it and the way the composition backs that up is stunning. Anyway, I love it. This is the Harpies song from Baldur's Gate 3 by Borislav Slavov. That's their actual pronunciation, but enjoy.